Oh! Yeah! Oh! What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. How's it hanging? A little to the left, I hope. A little to the right, maybe. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing? It's time to talk a little Scream. I foam at the mouth every time I think about it. Scream 7, we're getting another one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited for it. Can't wait to talk about it with you guys. We got a lot of stuff to cover. A lot of little rumors and things going around over the past couple of days and past weekend and stuff. I don't know. Let's talk about it live. I got to post a little video talking a little bit about some of the stuff, but let's talk about it. I also want to hear some of your craziest theories and fucking insane shit you got. Your wants and needs, your Christmas list of what I want to see in this, maybe even if it includes Stu Macher. I want to hear about it. Let's see what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Gunner is saying, have you seen the SpongeBob musical? No, but I got some homework tonight, clearly, Gunner. I'm excited for it. Wrestling God is saying, got a question for you. Have you seen the Origin of Stu Macher video? He said that his motive was that he was never loved and adored by his parents. I see that. I see that a little bit. I definitely feel like the peer pressure line is very indicative of why he ended up doing everything. He's just kind of following Billy to a T, but I do feel like this is part of it. Lots of clues left behind at the scene of the crime, as they say, regarding Mr. Stu Macher and why he was doing what he was doing. But I don't believe he's coming back. I don't think that he's alive. I don't see it. That, a motive is not enough for me to believe that a TV didn't kill him. But what I will say is I totally get why people want to see him back. And, once again, I think that it's not impossible. It's not an impossible thing to happen in the next film, considering that I know that would put butts in seats. Like it would. And the studio knows that too. But I don't know. I just hope that Christopher Landon, our writers, Radio Silence, I think they know that we want a better story than that. We want a good ghostface reveal that's going to shock us at the end, because that's why we come to these damn movies. And I'm just very excited to see some beloved cast members, a great reveal, some twists and turns, some bloody kills. That's what I want to see more than anything, versus a movie that's just an exposition dump of what happened to a character over the last 30-some years or so. Lighting Ghost is with us tonight as well. What's up, Lighting Ghost? How's it going? Thanks for being a YouTube channel member, my friend. Really appreciate your support as always. Thank you. Scott Walker is here too, saying, hi, Jake. How's it going? It's going fucking fantastic, my friend. How are you? I hope in Scream 7, if Stu does return, he can reveal to Sydney, Gale, and Sam and Tara how he survived and where he's been all this time and where he's been for years. If it happens, I gotta say, it's gonna be something it's gonna be a requirement if it happens. You can't just say this character's been dead for 30 years and then bring him back, if that does happen. So I would need to see it. I would need to see a bunch of exposition, which would probably dominate the third act. I don't know. Some people want that. I can't get into it. I want bloody, gory action in my third act personally, but if you want an exposition dump where Stu sits down and tells his tale in front of a campfire tells a story, I don't know. It's just not really for me personally. I want to see some action. I want to see Sam Carpenter beat the shit out of another Ghostface personally. That sounded scary, saying I can't wait for Ghostface in the snow. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be real cool if we do get that. Very excited for it. I think there's a lot of good kill opportunities and chase sequences that Scream 7 could build upon if this whole holiday setting thing is true. You might have clicked on this live stream and were like, what the fuck is going on with Ghostface with a shotgun in front of a Christmas tree? Jake, what are you doing? Are you just losing your mind editing fucking thumbnails? Pretty much, yes. But there's a little bit of motivation there. Critical Overlord, a friend of the channel's, recently reported that some of his sources are saying that Scream 7 will be a holiday set slasher. It's been a big theory across many of the Scream fandom people saying, ooh, we want a Christmas themed Scream. That would be a lot of fun. I'm into it. I'm down for it. I just don't know, that's not confirmed, of course. I would be totally down for it, though. It would be very sick. Get some chase scenes in front of, a fucking Christmas tree and snow and people tripping and shit. I think that would be a lot of fun. Snow is hard to run through, man. I have tried myself, and it is not easy, especially when you have a psycho killer on your tail. Villain Killin' Dylan is with us tonight. What is up, my friend? How are you doing? Giving us a bit of an evil laugh out there. I dig it. I dig it, Dylan. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Homeless Snail is saying, what is up, Jake? Vibing, chilling, talking a little Scream, chilling like a villain, like I'm villain killing Dylan. What's up, Homeless Snail? How's it going, my friend? Thanks for being here. Sarah Campbell saying, hey, 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 hey. Welcome, welcome. My chunky Jordy's out there as well. What's up, what's up? Welcome. TJ Sanders is saying, what's up? What's up, TJ Sanders? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hey, fam. I cannot wait for Scream 7. Me too, my dude. Somewhat to the left and just above the knee. A curious little bugger. Oh. Little big and curious, I see. Goddamn. Shit. Riley Harrison is saying, yo, sup, Jake? What's up, Riley? How you doing? Just went to Saw X and I thought the eyeball trap and the brain trap were super gross. Really like the cameo in the mid-credits scene, too. Shh. Riley, no spoilers. No spoilers yet, my friend. But yes, I did too. No spoilers. We won't say who it is. But oh God, Saw X. What a movie. What a movie. Go see it if you haven't already. One of my favorites of the entire year. So pleased, so happy that we have another banging Saw movie out there. Oh, so good. Ty Lee is saying, I have full faith in Scream 7. Landon Williamson should be a great mix. Kevin Williamson, potentially writing as well, is something that a lot of fans have been speculating. I think this would be really fun if they ended up writing it together. Rumor has it right now there's going to be 4 writers on the film, which has me especially worried. Most movies that have 4 writers don't end up being good, but there's exceptions to that rule, of course. I would be hyped if this movie ends up being one of the better sequels out there, which is kind of why I titled this stream what I titled it. Can it outdo previous sequels? Can we do that in entry number 7? Anything is possible, I think, after Saw X. That's my big thing. Saw X was so phenomenal, and it had no right being that. I think if they focus on what makes Scream so great in entry number 7, it truly could be one of the best sequels, but they got to be able to do that. You can't overcomplicate things with some of the other things we got going on in the mix. It all depends on what they end up focusing on. If we end up getting a really solid sequel to write home really positive things to mom and dad about, oh my God, I just saw the Scream 7, it was fantastic. Put that in the mailbox and send it out. I hope that's what it is. I hope we're going home and crying and freaking out because it was the best thing ever. But man, I'm scared. I'm always going to be scared with new people involved, though. That's just how I feel. I don't know. I'm going to be a little, I don't know about this until I see it. I'm going to be making those weird noises, too. TJ Sanders is saying Ghostface made his kill wish list. Ooh. I want to see some hot kills. Some hot, with a capital H, kills from Mr. Ghostface this time around. Very excited to see what they end up doing. Hopefully they're just as bloody and gory as the previous film, and maybe even freaky, too. Freaky had some good kills, man. An underrated film, for sure. Also from Christopher Landon. Jacob Wells is saying, hey, Jake, it's Jacob Wells. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? I hope that they bring back Stu Macher for the big finale of the franchise. I love the idea of Stu returning with a huge cult of ghost faces everywhere. It's almost like Dr. Gordon in Saw 3D. I have Saw in the brain, if you guys can't tell. But, if they were going to do that, I wish they would set it up through 5 and 6. And if 5 and 6 said anything to me, it's, we're done with Stu. We're done with the Stu theories. If I took any Stu-isms from those last 2 movies. So I feel like it's unlikely. But why I'm not ruling it out is because it'll put butts in seats. Matthew Lillard is huge, man. People are hype. People are just going to Five Nights at Freddy's because Matthew Lillard is in it. I mean, obviously some people are going to it because there's a huge fan base surrounding Freddy Fazbear and his whole cult of animatronic kid-possessed robots and shit that fucking eat people. I love it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that are just going to see this that I know personally that are Scream fans who are just hyped to see Matthew Lillard back in a big horror movie. I am too. I'm fucking hyped. And frankly, I hope Matthew Lillard could potentially have some kind of role in Scream 7, but I just hope it's a new character. Maybe a professor at Blackmore University. Maybe just some random cameo sequence. That could be fun. I don't see the need to bring Stu back. He's a great Ghostface. He's my favorite. He's my number 1. I love him. But let that be in the past. Let that be that original movie. Don't fuck with the original, as Sidney Prescott has said many times. Brian Shiflett, what's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Welcome. How you doing, my dude? Hey. What's up? Jake the Snake. Nothing rhymes with Darius that I can think off the top of my head. But thanks for being here, my friend. What's up? How you doing? I'm gonna be slithering around in a moment, covering myself up in oil. It's gonna be great. Perry Moberg is saying, like I said before, icicle in the eyeballs. I'm thinking about Sidney Prescott. Hello, Sidney. I'm thinking about like the Stu reveal now. That's all I got on the brain. I love it. Great moment. Was such a good movie. Alex 19881. I think your name is Alex. I don't know. But what's up, my friend? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Saying, I want to see Ghostface chasing someone down a sidewalk at night in the snow underneath trees decorated with Christmas lights. Imagine how gorgeous that chase scene would be. Oh, I couldn't agree more. That would be sick. Running down a slippery sidewalk. A slippery, sanded down sidewalk. Ugh, got some S's in there. We got some alliterations we're spelling out with S's. No, I couldn't agree more. I think that would be so cool. A snowy Scream movie lends itself to so much fun styles of chase scenes, too. You could have the icicle in the eye, like we were just talking about. You could have someone slipping and sliding around on a sidewalk. Oh, geez, Ghostface falls back on their head. Maybe that's how they die. They just get spooked with Ghostface and they just like fall back. That could be really upsetting. Really unfortunate. It might be a short scene, but God, you can't tell me that wouldn't be a little fucked up. I love it. You guys are throwing some good ideas out there between Alex and Perry. Oh, I dig it. Maybe just a Christmas themed intro, then spring. Oh, I mean, I could see it. I could see it. Maybe we flash forward. Ghostface gets away for a couple of months. Once again, reinventing the formula, the franchise, and all that. I'm into it. I could get down. I could get jiggy with it, as they say. Ty is saying I would prefer to make it more of a holiday slasher than the just being a background noise like Halloween and Scream 6. Okay, I feel you there. I think Halloween could have been a little more prominent in Scream 6. It was fun for some of those background shots, though, where we got a bunch of people in costumes. But how would you make it more of a holiday slasher, I guess really is the question. Like, I don't know if I want to see candy cane Ghostface running around, you know? I don't know. Would that be too gimmicky? I think I kind of said that in my video on Monday. I'm like, I'm down for the holiday slasher. That could be fun, you know, Christmas setting in the background, but don't have Ghostface running around in a Santa hat. You know what I mean? Like that's too far. That's pushing it, man. That's Chucky season 2 territory level of camp. Maybe not. That's hyperbole big time. But I just don't think we can push it that far. You know what I mean? We can have someone Ghostface stabbing people in the face with icicles, people slipping on sidewalks and stuff because it's snowy out. We can have some great cinematography with Christmas lights in the background and shit. I just think if we do it too much in your face, it might be a little too campy, a little too gimmicky. But as long as they don't do that, as long as it's not like in your face, like this is a Christmas movie, I think it can work. I will agree, though. I think Halloween could have been a little more prominent in Scream 6. Like, we could have been building up to a Halloween party or something. I did like the Shrine of Ghostface. It's cool, but they really only utilized it for nostalgia purposes in the film, and I don't know. I kind of wish they had done more with it. Maybe doing something a little different. Not as nostalgia. Like, oh, remember this shit from the past? Like, why don't you impress me right now, though? Like, we love the past. We all love the past Scream movies. But what's going on right now? I want to know what's happening in Scream 6, baby. So I'm hyped for that. I'm hyped for what Scream 7 is going to do. Hopefully not being like, hey, remember this and remember that. I don't know. We'll see, though. James River CFC Reviews. I love your profile picture, man. I dig it. Love me some Spidey. Saying, hey, Jake, loving the content. So you think Scream 7 should be the conclusion to the arc of Sam and Tara? You know, in a weird way, we have kind of already gotten a conclusion to this arc. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that 5 and 6 are very conclusive with their endings. They don't really lend to a continuation. They're not really saying like, hey, we could do more in the future. I like that it's just like, here's an open and shut case from the beginning to the end. I really like that about 5 and 6. Because I feel like looking at Halloween Kills and knowing that we had another movie coming, I was like looking forward to what is going to be the conclusion to this cliffhanger, and the filmmakers clearly did not want to do that. So with Scream 5 and 6, I'm very glad that we just had certain arcs happen in both films, and they concluded. So I think the best part about that with Scream 7 that I really hope they utilize and don't just try to make another Scream 6 is they just try to tell a new story once again. You know, we had an arc between Sam and Tara where, you know, Sam was too distant from Tara's life and Sam then reconnected with her sister. Now she's doing the opposite of that in Scream 6. She's a little too much, too overbearing. Like, Jesus Christ, Sam, back off. Oh my God. Tara's just like, geez, give me some space, Sam. And I like that. I think that's fun writing. You know, you got the reversal in both films. It's good writing. I dig it. It's nothing to like blow me away or anything. It's simplistic, but hey, sometimes simple works. With 7, if we do get some kind of arc between Sam and Tara, I'm down for it, but it needs to conclude. That's the big thing. They're going to market Scream speculation. Let me just say that first. Speculation, I believe they're going to market Scream 7 as the final chapter because it's probably the last film we're going to get for a little while, or maybe not. You know, that would be cool if we got more after that. But I'm down for just maybe another arc between Sam and Tara, maybe a focal point on Sidney Prescott. The best part about Scream 7 is that they can do whatever they want moving into this next film. And that's something I probably should have been a little more vocal on, because I think in the way I've been talking about Scream 7, I'm saying like, oh, they got to juggle this and that and everything from 6. They don't. Like, the more I watch 5 and 6, the more I'm like, this is a really conclusive story both times, in 5 and 6. You didn't have to make 6. 5 just kind of is the end. That's it. I dig that. I'm all about that. I really like that both of these movies feel like pocket stories, even though, 6 is a continuation from the last film. But let's see that happen again with 7. Just tell me a really good story with a brand new Ghostface killer with a brand new motive, and then just end it. And then if you want to do more, hell yeah. Do a Scream 8. Do a Scream 9 and a Scream X too. Fuck it. But I think the big thing that we got to avoid is that unless we're willing to commit to 3 movies across the board and you have a whole thing planned out from start to finish, just commit to 1 movie. And Radio Silence understands that. And I appreciate that they committed to Scream 5. They made something great as a franchise return. They were asked to do another one. They're like, yeah, fuck it. Sure, why not? And they gave us just this punk rock, we don't give a fuck sequel that I just love. So for me, I want the same energy with Scream 7. Give me a conclusive story. Don't try to build this gigantic, huge trilogy thing for the big epic final chapter. Just give me another movie. Give me another movie with a brand new Ghostface coming after brand new characters. I think that's the big thing that we should do. Should it be the conclusion to certain arcs and all that? I don't know. But I know they'll probably market it as the final chapter because that builds tension. That builds suspense. Like, what the fuck is going to happen next? Oh my God. This is the final chapter? Damn. I got to see it now. So, I don't know. I'm very excited to see how they end up marketing the film, what it ends up being. Because that kind of gives you a preconceived notion of what a film's going to be. Halloween Ends, they marketed it as the final fight between Laurie and Michael. And then it was about Corey Cunningham, another random character in Haddonfield. But that's okay, because the point is, they marketed it one way and it ended up being something else. What will they do with Scream 7? Will they market it one way as the final chapter and it ends up just being another movie? Will we be okay with that? Or will we have the same issue that we did with Halloween Ends? I'm not sure. But it is something interesting to talk about nonetheless. Michael S. is saying, if Stu is in 7, I have no idea how that doesn't get spoiled in the lead up to the movie or after the first screener. And people would be pissed if that got leaked before seeing the movie. Thoughts? You got a great point, Michael. I think, if that got leaked, which it would, let's be real, if if that ends up happening, that's just like one of those unavoidable, like, people are already going to be talking about it before it leads up to the movie. Like, I think the best part with the leak for Scream 6 is that we only really, like, at least what I ended up watching after I watched Scream 6, the scene we got was just kind of like Dermot Mulroney and Ethan just standing next to each other. And the whoever the third killer was, they didn't take off the mask yet. We know who it is now, but I think that's kind of like, okay, at least not everything got spoiled, at least there's that, but there's no way to get around this. Like, if there's a picture of Stu with a fucked up face and all that in Scream 7, and it leaks, we know exactly what this movie is going to be going into it. We know exactly what they're going to set up, what they're going to do with it. And that, to me, I think would just be really disappointing. Because it's one thing to say, like, oh, this character's Ghostface. You don't know their motive yet, though. You don't know how they're connected to what they're trying to say in this film in terms of, like, what the motive's going to be, what the commentary is going to be. If we see a picture of Stu with a fucked up face, we know exactly what Scream 7 is going to be, love it or hate it. And that's my issue. That's one of the biggest issues with the returning characters in general. I love Stu. I love Jill. I love Billy. I love a lot of Scream killers. But if any of them come back and something about that were to get spoiled, it would ruin the entire movie. The only reason I would go to see Scream 7 at that point is to review it. Like, I don't think there would be any enjoyment, That first watch for a Scream film is so crucial, in my opinion. Because it's like, oh shit, like who is it this time? That's one of my biggest draws. I love a good murder mystery, man. And to rob me of that, to just bring back for an instance of fan service just does not seem worth it, in my opinion. Wayne Turner is with us as well, saying, I want who are revealed to be in Ghostfaces in 7 to be unpredictable. Kirby Ghostface could/should be one. Kirby working with the FBI, becoming a Ghostface killer. I theorized it before Scream 6 came out. I think it's going to be kind of hard to do that moving into 7, though. That's my only thing. Like, we got to know her. We got to know Kirby. And she talks about how she wants to be bigger and scarier than the monsters. Does that translate to going Ghostface in the next film, though? I don't know. It's a tough question. I feel like if she wanted to kill everybody who's still alive, though, she kind of had an opportunity to do that in the last film. So it makes me wonder why she didn't take that. But I have heard a few theories about this that I really do like. One being that Dermot Mulroney's character, Wayne Bailey, look at that, Wayne Turner, Wayne Bailey. Detective Bailey ended up being right. Like the whole theory was like, what if he was right about like calling Sam and saying that Kirby got released from the FBI and all that, something due to like mental health or whatever, and she's like losing her mind. That would be kind of crazy. Like, what a great way to set it up, too, across your previous 2 movies, if you do want to tell that big story. I don't know, I'm not against that, but for me, I wish she would have been a little more villainous in the last film. Maybe not so in your face about it, but just a little more red herring-y. The only, like, they tried to make her a red herring right at the 3rd act with that phone call between Dermot Mulroney and Sam, but, like, that's it. That's where that starts and ends. I don't know, I wish there was more to it than that. She is a little mysterious. We don't know, we haven't seen what she went through in the past, like, 10 years or so since the events of Scream 4, but still, I think I needed a little more building. But could I see that happening? Sure, like, fuck, that would be insane if they set that up properly. Kirby Ghostface. Wild, man. Wild shit. King Parham is saying Ghostface on a plane. I'm so sick and tired of these motherfucking ghost faces on this motherfucking plane. Ugh. I love it, King Parham. Ghostface on a plane would be sick, though. That would be so brutal. What an opening scene, too. Oh, my God. I was talking about, in my video the other day, Sidney Prescott flying out to New York. We'd have to get some kind of reason to do that. Why would she come out to New York if she knew a Ghostface was around? We got to find a way around that. But what if the opening scene is that? Like, Ghostface trying to attack Sidney on a plane or something after it lands. Or maybe before it lands, so that Ghostface could still get away or whatever. I mean, that's scary, man. You got nowhere to go on a plane, dude. If we could make that work, story-wise, I could get into it. Lightning Ghost is saying Ghostface with a white robe would be different and cool. Imagine like a Ghostface in the snow with the white robe and the shadow. That could be fun. Lightning Ghost. I could get into it. That could be I want a sick new design for Ghostface, too, which is something I have been thinking about a lot. Like, in the last couple of movies, we've been getting that. Like where Ghostface has somewhat of a different look. Like even in 5, we got the silver Ghostface with the chrome face mask and all that, and that was fun. He had the flamethrower and the big muscles. That's Matthew Lillard, by the way. And also in the last movie, we got the cracked up gross mask. That's cool. I don't know. I'm curious what they do for this next one, especially if it takes place in the snow. Do we get white robed Ghostface? I don't know. How scary would that look though? I'm into it. Stephen Thomas is saying Scream 7 should finally have the cops investigators figure out who Ghostface is during the movie. The cops in these movies are never the heroes or competent. That needs to change or just keep them out. I kind of like that they made the cops the killer, though, in the previous film, which is really cool. I was kind of speculating that beforehand. I'm like, what if they make the New York cops the killers? That would be cool. I enjoyed that. Yeah, the cops are rarely competent. That usually leads to, a longer movie. I guess if they were to do this, we would need to, because here's the issue. I've thought about this a lot. Like if one Ghostface was to get caught, you would like the rest of the movie would just be focusing on trying to figure out who the other guy is and just investigating this dude and not torturing him, but like basically being like, you got to tell us who your accomplice is. The movie turns into a cop drama at that point, I think. So that's why I feel like the cop characters are never the focal point. But I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say if that would work or not. Especially if you have like one Ghostface get caught and then maybe there's like a bunch of other ones. Like maybe there's like 3 or 4 still out there for some reason. It all comes down to execution and writing at the end of the day. But I would want to see how that would work. Cause I've thought about that a lot. Like what if a Ghostface got caught by the cops early on, like what would happen? What happens next? How does that affect the formula? Can you keep it rolling at that point? A very interesting thing to think about, though. I'm curious what everyone else has to say about that. Dr. Carrot is with us. What's up, Dr. Carrot? How's it going? I think Tara would be the best choice for a current character to go Ghostface. Interesting. I can see it. I can see Tara going Ghostface. I need a reason though. Like, what's her motive? Like, I think Jenna Ortega aesthetically, like, a lot of people would probably be like, yeah, oh, she would be a great Ghostface. But like, what's her motive? Why is she killing everybody? That's what's so tough about this group of characters is like, besides Kirby, like, I don't know if any of these other people would go Ghostface. Why would they want to kill everybody else? So it's really tough because I can't see a motive for the core four. Like, any of the core four members, I can't see it. I can't see why after everything they would go through, they would just decide to start killing each other. That would have to be, you'd have to have a time jump or something, or the relationships between people have broken down, something. I'd have to, I don't know. That would be tough. But I think Jenna Ortega, because she's like, she's worked with Tim Burton, she's Wednesday, she's, in a bunch of different horror movies and stuff. I think that's why a lot of people want to see her go Ghostface. But I need a reason. That's the big thing. I think aesthetically, I get it. Like, hell yes, Jenna Ortega, scary as fuck. She's awesome. But yeah, I need that motive figured out. That's my big thing. But thanks for being here, Dr. Carrot. I appreciate you. Don't talk bad about our Dewey. Never. Love me some Dewey. Victor Cruz is asking what the title for Scream 7 would be. And we got a lot of people already talking. Seven Cream? Seven Eam? I miss the Scream 4 days where we replaced the A with the 4. We need more of that. We need a 7 Eam. That's what I need in Scream 7. So bad. Oh yeah, and a 5-1 Ghostface too. Wouldn't be that hard to figure out who it is. That's funny. How would they make up for Tara's height when she's she's just gonna, she's gonna wear boots. She's gonna wear like a foot tall boots, and she'll be fine. That is really funny. Certified Quality is saying, gotta mention Friday the 13th. Freddy, Michael Myers. Look how pretty much those legendary films got ruined over time. What? What do you mean they got ruined over time? I love those movies, though. I love a lot of those movies. I don't love all of them. I don't love all the Fridays. I don't love all the Halloweens, especially not all the Nightmares. But I do like a lot of them. A lot of them are very good and very fun. They just never got them right all the time, I think, unfortunately. But man, some of those Friday sequels are just so fun from start to finish. Like, they're just so like, this is so dumb, but I'm having a great time. Like Jason killing somebody in a sleeping bag by smacking him against the tree. How could you not have a little fun watching that? Come on. That's so fun. Dr. Carrot is also saying, I feel like Tara is still kind of dealing with the trauma of almost dying to a ghost face. She could funnel that. I see it. But would she take that out on her sister and her friends? That's my one thing. I feel like the core four are really tight. They're like this right now. So I just don't see why that would emerge. Like, I feel like if they had set it up in 6 where maybe there was some discourse amongst the group or something, maybe then there would be a little bit like, oh, shit. But maybe it's more unexpected that they're all in a happy state right now, and then the next one they're not. I don't know. I'm just excited to see what they do, man. Crazy to see Melissa Barrera go from a musical like In the Heights to a slasher like Scream. Both great, by the way. I'm kind of, listen, I like a little bit of musicals, okay? I fuck with it every now and then. In the Heights, really solid, especially if you like Hamilton. She's amazing in it, by the way. Yeah, great movie. And I love Scream as well. She's also doing a lot of other horror with Radio Silence too. She's doing this movie called Abducting Abigail, which I believe to be a Dracula's Daughter reboot. Very excited to see that. She's going to play probably Dracula's daughter, if I had to guess. She's also in this movie called Bed Rest that I've yet to see. I've heard not so great things, but she's in it. It's like, I think it's a Tubi original. So if that's your cup of tea, there you go. I real quickly want to thank Sarah Campbell. Thank you for gifting a bunch of memberships. Holy shit. To Gump 3PO. Interesting name. Welcome to the fold. TJ Sanders. And also, who else? What Lies Beneath. Welcome, my friends, to the Killjoy cult. I appreciate you so much, Sarah. Thank you for your support, and enjoy the little fun extra perks you get as a little member. Get an extra video every month. There's a bunch of stuff on the backlog too to go check out. Lots of extra videos I've made over the past couple of years or so since I've started the members. So go check it out. Very good stuff. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate you. Thank you. And look at that. TJ is very appreciative. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Lots of love in this community. I love it. Possible Scream 7 names. Scream ends. Oh, God. Oh, God. Scream Resurrection. No. Scream Endgame. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. At the end, you know, fucking Stu comes out and he's got like the Doctor Strange portals and all of the killers come back. Oh, God. No. Please, God. Oh, what a movie. What a movie that would be. That's so funny, though. I love it, man. Scream Resurrection. Villain Killin' Dylan is saying not as far as a core 4 or legacy character, but Kirby or Danny could qualify. I think, yeah, I mean, I see them as like big characters now because they survived, because they have potential to come back for a second movie. So I don't know. Well, Kirby, it would be her third, but Danny would be his second. Woo, that's a tough thing to say right there. But I could see either of them becoming the killer for sure. Danny would be kind of boring to me, right? He's the boyfriend. You know, you're going to do the boyfriend thing again? We just did that 2 movies ago. Even if he does have a different motive, it's like, oh, come on, though. You guys just did that. Give me something else. Give me a new kind of killer. Kirby, I could get behind because at least that would be different. Maybe a little far-fetched, but I could buy into it. I think if they explained it well. And that would be really brutal, too. Like, this is a character we met all the way back in Scream 4 in 2011. Now you're telling me she's a ghostface herself? Like, fuck, man. That's brutal. I'm not against the idea of having a long-time character become Ghostface either, like if it's written well. I need to see it. You know, I need to see that. I need to see how that would work. Oh my God, Scream-a-rink, Skin-a-rink, but Scream. We filmed just the ceilings and the floors while Ghostface is chasing someone. That would be so funny. I loved Skin-a-rink, by the way. I know that was a bit of a diss towards the film, but I fucking loved that movie. That was one of the scariest movies I've seen all year. That fucked me up, man. Ugh. There's one shot in particular in that whole movie that just had me like actually like trying to sink into my chair. Like maybe I can just dissipate if I just fold myself into the leather of this chair that I'm sitting in. My God, dude. What a scary fucking movie. Jesus. Skin-a-rink, man. I'm still not over that one. Still don't know if I want to watch that one again, if I'm being real. Michael Mins, thanks for being a Killjoy cult member, saying Ghostface in a Santa hat will kick ass and run around with Christmas lights wrapped around. Ho ho Sydney, what's your favorite Christmas horror movie? That would be so funny, man. I wouldn't mind like maybe one Christmas themed kill. You know, like listen, you can use the environment to your advantage, like with an icicle or something. That's cool. But you know, if every kill is like, oh, you're getting strung up with Christmas lights and all that, and we're gonna hang you or something. Like, I don't know. Like to me, it's just like, man, I don't know. I feel like that's a Christmas cheesy slasher movie. You know what I mean? And I love a lot of those. Don't get me wrong. Like Black Christmas, easily my favorite Christmas or holiday horror movie. Fucking love. Oh my God. Like just fucking love that movie so much. But I also love like some of the cheesier ones too, like Silent Night, Deadly Night. Like that's so much fun. But that's its own thing. You know, we're talking about a Scream continuation. So I don't know. To me, that's a different animal. But yeah, Black Christmas without a doubt is my number one. Love it. That original film is just so much fun. It's so well written. It's so funny, but it's also so dark and scary too. And I just love movies that can strike that balance as well as Black Christmas does. Damn. The 70s, man, just one of my favorite times. One of my favorite times for horror. Haunting You is throwing $10 out there. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. I really appreciate you. As always, I dig your profile picture as well. Saying a crew could encounter a stranger in distress and delirium only to find he's running away from a ghost face near forest in a ghillie suit or animal skins and a wood or turtle shell mask. Damn, so we're getting real obscure with it. We're doing some insanely different designs for our killers. I'm into it. Okay, so I gotta read that again. The crew could encounter a stranger in distress and delirium only to find he's running away with a ghost face near the forest in a ghillie suit or animal skins and a wood or turtle shell mask. So we're talking like doing this out in like the woods or something somewhere too. Maybe like upstate New York a little more. Like I could see that. I'm trying to like really envision this. That would be really scary, man. I've been talking a lot about how, like, I love a lot of the grandiose settings of Scream films, but what if we did something like out in the country or out in the middle of nowhere, like, to really just give it this scary feel? You could still make it fun. You know, you could still make it fun. Scream films have got to be inherently fun. Come on. But something like this, I could totally see being like a little backwoods style Scream. Like, that could be cool. I would be very down for that. Once again, all things in moderation. Don't make it too gimmicky, but like I feel like you could do that. Do like a Wrong Turn style Scream movie. Like why not? Why not do something like that? I'm into it though. I'm into it. This is, I don't know why, but this is giving me like Pet Sematary 2019 aesthetic vibes as well. Like I'm just imagining all the kids with like the drums and they have the weird animal masks and shit. Who's excited for Pet Sematary Bloodlines, by the way? That comes out on Friday. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm very like on the fence about if that's going to be good or not, but I'm going to watch it. I'm still excited to see what they end up doing with it. But I'm down for that, my friend. That would be fucking crazy. Like just finding a ghost face out in the woods, they run out and maybe they all get attacked or something. Ugh. Gross. Haunting You, thank you for the $10, my friend. I really appreciate it. Onwards to Scream 7. Are we going to get it next year too? That's another good question. I feel like we should get it in 2025, you know, especially because the strikes like are just coming to an end. Like you can't tell me they're like, maybe they go and start filming like at the end of the year, but dude, like Jenna Ortega, hot commodity right now, my friends. I don't know if she'll just be like, yeah, you know, let's film it. Let's do it. Let's film a whole movie right now. She's got a lot to do. She's got to film Wednesday season 2. I'm sure she has like 100 other projects that we don't know about yet going on in the works. Isn't she like an Adidas partner now or something? I don't know. I don't know what else is going on. Isaiah is saying, I just watched The Nun 2, bought it off of iTunes, and I loved it. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, my friend. Very good stuff. Those Conjuring films are always a fun first watch, I think. Always a good time. Scream 7, Ghostface Lives. It's Stu, but they're going to his grave, and they got like a big metal pole, bunch of lightning hits. That would be fucking funny. I dig that. Jack Frost is a 9 out of 10. Damn! It's a very, very high review for that one, Dylan. I dig it, man. I dig it. What a wild movie. James is saying, I hope they bring back a colorful and bright color palette like the first 3. 5 and 6 are more grayish. Yeah, definitely a little more modern look in their feels. I could see that. I could see the bright color palette coming back. I don't know. We'll just have to see though. I'm curious what kind of movie it's going to be because I feel like if it's snowy and like holiday themed, they might try to make it a little more grayish, but like have the, you know, the bright colors of Christmas lights be a big standout for sequences. So that might aid them to go a little more grayish. But I think it just depends on, you know, the movie and story they're trying to tell when it comes down to things like editing, things like coloring, all of that kind of stuff. The way you shoot things too. Like they filmed Scream 6 with spherical lenses opposed to, oh my God, I can't remember the fucking word for it. Anamorphic instead of anamorphic lenses. Which, if you watch that first Scream again, like that, it kind of has like these like bend effects on the side of the screen where like spherical lenses don't have that. And that's kind of why 6 has a much different look to it than some of the other films. I don't know it's hard to explain that, like lenses and shit. I still don't necessarily 100% understand it, but anamorphic lenses, they look really fucking cool, man. That Sounded Scary has been a member for 11 months. Holy shit, we're coming up on a year, my dude. Thank you so much for being a member. Thanks for the support, dude. Almost a year, Jake. Wow. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Appreciate the support, dog. Thank you. What else do we got going on here? Cannibal Ghostface, they are hungry for more. Zombie Ghostface, get him in there. Zombie Stu coming around eating brains. That's what I want. Ethan the Goat is saying, do you think they change up the killer's mask again in 7? I think they should go back to the original. Ooh, okay. I can see them going back to the original mask. I'm down for it. But I don't know. For me, I love that this franchise, well, I don't love this, but the franchise has never really played around with too many other mask designs. I mean, even the Scream 6 mask isn't like that crazy in terms of, you know, changing it up. There are so many weird fucking Scream masks out there that they could play around with. The Devil one, for instance, I love so much. I think that one's so cool. A lot of Dead by Daylight designs too that they could yank and do something with. I don't know. It could be fun. I wouldn't be against the original mask either. Ultra white, you know, whatever. Or maybe even the ones they use like in the original film, you know, where the eyes are a little different. But, you know, I mean, Screams 1 through 5 pretty much all have the same mask. There's just slight variations in terms of like how big the eyes are, how long the mouth is, you know, things like that. But I don't know. If they go back to the original, cool. Hell yeah. Eyes are a little different, I guess. It kind of looks like the face is wider too. I'm not 100% on that, but it does look a little different than the more modern masks. But I don't know. For me, I'm like, yeah, cool. That'd be cool. But let's fuck around with some other weirder ones, man. Like, what would an ice ghost face look like? You know, like a light blue or something. I don't know. I'm spitballing. T Movies is saying whenever they end Scream, I hope the final ever Scream movie that comes out in December, Scream started in December, it should end there. Alpha and Omega and all that. Yeah, I wonder if they end up doing that or not. I wouldn't be against this new one coming out in December, especially if it's going to be like winter holiday set. That would make a lot of sense to do that. So I could see that happening. I could see that happening for sure. We might actually end up having that with Scream 7, my friend. So look out for it. Look out and see what they do. Lighting Ghost is throwing $5 out there. Thank you for the support, my friend. I really appreciate it, Lighting Ghost. Thank you. I almost missed it a second ago, but Lighting Ghost also gifted a Killjoy Jake membership to King Parham. So thank you so much, Lighting Ghost. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support, my dude. Thank you. Lighting Ghost is saying, I hope for 7, Jessica Roth and Catherine Newton are the killers. I would love that. It would be the first time 2 women are killers and I think they would kill it. I'm behind this 100%. I think that would be so fucking cool. Have them be new characters and have them be killers. I mean, this is great for Scream in so many different ways. Like, not only is this references to other horror movies directed by Christopher Landon, because you have the stars of both of these films respectively coming together being killers in the Scream franchise. It would be great for that reason, but both of these people are such phenomenal actresses. Oh my God, Catherine Newton is so underrated, and I'm so glad that she's doing more nowadays, but I remember seeing Paranormal Activity 4 for the first time, and just being like, Catherine Newton is so good, and like, I don't even know who this is, but she is so good. Like, she made that movie for me. I was like kind of checked out on Paranormal Activity for a bit, but man, I saw that movie and I was like, shit, this lead is phenomenal. I really like this one because of the lead. And she always steals the show every movie she's in. She makes her and Vince Vaughn make Freaky, in my opinion. Like, they are so good in that movie, kind of playing each other at different points of the film. And I love that. Jessica Roth, too, I think is so good in Happy Death Day. You want to talk about someone who's underground right now who needs more fucking attention. Jessica Roth. I don't know what else she's in besides the Happy Death Day movies. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Nothing that I've seen, unfortunately. So get her in Scream 7. Have them be the killers. That would be fun. You know, Radio Silence brought in Samara Weaving to be the opening kill of Scream 6. And there was, a part of me that was like, ooh, is she going to be the killer in this? Like, what's up with that? That's fucking spooky, man. I would be so down for that if they go that route. Because she's great in The Babysitter as a killer. Catherine Newton played a killer in Freaky. So why not have Jessica Roth and Catherine Newton be the killers and also be the first 2 women, killers? That's it. There's no male killers in a film. That would be very different, man. We've never done that before. Why not explore that territory? I'm here for it. I would be very down for that. That'd be very cool. Lighting Ghost. Thank you for the $5, my friend. I really appreciate it. Let's see what they do for Scream 7. This would be pretty fucking satisfying, though. I'll tell you what. Maybe a little obvious to guess, but for me at least, it's not so much about how surprising the killers were, even though that is a big plus when that ends up happening. To me, it's much more about the motive. Like, I'm very intrigued by why a person is doing all of this. Why a person is, like, abrupting lives and killing friendships, literally. Like, why are they doing that? Their motive is always, like, one of the most important things about a Scream film to me. So I don't know. For me, I'm hoping to be surprised by whoever the killers end up being in the next film, but it's almost more important to me what they end up doing with the motive. I think that's why I bitch about it so much. Because I bitch about it a lot, I'll be honest. Talking about Stu and all that. That's the biggest reason why I don't want Stu to come back. I already know why he's doing it. I know why he's doing it. I know why he would be there. We've already had a whole movie with him kind of talking and doing his thing. And it was great. But I want to explore some new killers with some new motives. Why are they donning the ghostface mask? Let's see. Let's find out why. That would be so fun to explore, I think. My Chunky Jordy, what's up, my friend? Thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Holy shit. Great stream. Thank you so much. You're great. You're awesome. Thanks for being here, my friend. Thank you. Thanks for talking Scream with me. I appreciate you. Happy 3 months. Perry Moberg is throwing $5 out there as well. Thank you for the support. Thanks for being a Killjoy cult member too. Saying, I'm surprised we haven't had a dream sequence with a crazy different mask. Ooh. See, I could get into that. Like, once again, with all things, who's having the dream? That's a good question. Are we going to do like Sam Carpenter having a dream about like becoming the killer or something? Are we still going to have that element in this new movie? I don't know. I feel like they made a big point with Scream 5 and 6. This is why big reason I've been saying, well, I don't think Sam's going to go Ghostface in the next film. they kind of made a big point to say, like, she's getting past that side of her. You know what I mean? She's getting past the whole bloodlust, Billy Loomis side of her. She's detaching from that and moving on to be something greater, something more. So I don't feel like that's going to happen in the next film, even though, I'll be honest, it's what I really want to. I really want to see that, because that would be brutal. She's such a good, like, Melissa Barrera is such a good actress. I feel like she would be so good as the killer in one of these movies. So there's a selfish part of me that wants to see that, even if the story doesn't necessarily work there. But I would love to see it. But could we get a dream sequence with a bunch of crazy different masks? Could we just get a bunch of different killers wearing crazy ass masks to kind of make a point to be different, you know? We keep having ghost faces say, I'm something different, and then their motive is like really similar to something from the past. What if we have a ghost face that really is doing it for a completely different reason, and they symbolize that with a wildly different mask? That could be fun in 7. And like oddly kind of fitting for a final chapter too, to do something wildly different and play upon a new motive. I think that would work. Like, I hear a lot of people saying, like, you know, we want familiarity in the final chapter, but I want a shock, man. Like, I want something that's just kind of fucking wild and out there and different, something we haven't seen before. Like, say what you want about Scream 6, it is very similar to 2's ending, but at least it's a whole family doing it. We've never seen that before. We've never seen a whole family going Ghostface and seeking revenge. We have seen the revenge angle done many times, which I'll give you that. But I appreciated that they at least tried to stand out but still in a familiar ground, I guess is my point. They tried, but they could have made it even more explosive and different, I think. And that's what I'm hoping for from 7. Give me that Amber reveal again and crazy motive. We're doing this because we love the stab movies and they're not making any more good ones. That's wild. Say what you will about that motive. You can hate it. You can think that's awful, but they've never done it before. And I dig that. I dig that about 5. I want more of the 5's third act, I think, with Scream 7, and a little more of the first 2 acts from Scream 6. If we can Frankenstein that together for Scream 7, I'll be a happy camper. But let's see what they do. Let's see what they do, man. I'm excited. Crazy different masks. I'm here for it. There's a lot of weird ones out there. If it's the Scarecrow, the Devil, the melting one, which is kind of sick. I don't think they could do that practically, but but it's cool looking. So who knows what we get, Perry? I dig it, man. Thanks for the $5. Thank you for the support. Bill Cartwright's joining us. What's up, Bill? How's it going? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. T Movies is saying, I first noticed Jessica Roth in this underrated MTV show called Mary Plus Jane. Ooh, I like it already. I wish she got more work. I mean, she's in La La Land? Oh my God, I didn't even know that. No fucking way, T Movies. That's sick. Damn, I should know that. I should really know that. Oh my God. She's in La La? I gotta, you guys are gonna hate me, but I've never seen that movie. I gotta sit down and watch that one. Gotta sit down and watch that. Ethan the Goat just saw X, I'm assuming. It was crazy. Definitely one of my favorites of the franchise. The story was amazing. I was heartbroken when, yeah, I know what you're talking about. We won't get into that. We all know who I'm talking about. Yes, we won't, no spoilers, but me too, man. Oh my God. I was like, fuck, dude, no way. Saw X was so good, though. I know we're here for Scream tonight, but goddamn, if you haven't seen Saw X, go see it. It's one of my favorite horror movies of the year. I loved it. I don't know where it would rank yet. I want to say number 1, but so many good horror movies this year, man. Tough to rank. It's going to be, I'll tell you what, I got a big video coming out on December 31st of this year. It's going to be my last video of the year. It's going to be fucking long as shit, and is just going to be recapping 2023 horror. I'm going to spend the whole month just catching up on some of the horror movies I was unable to see, and we're going to make just a gigantic 2023. Here was what 2023 horror looked like. I want to do this every year, too. I want to start doing, this is going to be a big series I do yearly on the page, which I think will be a lot of fun. I was thinking about doing it in 2022, and I never did it, so we're doing it this year. Getting back on topic, though, I'm so glad you liked Saw X, my friend. I'm so glad, really glad you enjoyed it. Like I said, one of my favorites of the year. Can't wait to rank all these movies in a couple of months. Jessica Roth is in a new film with Bill Skarsgård called Boy Kills World. I've heard about this. Okay, I have heard about this. It sounds interesting. I remember the premise being very similar to Boy Meets World. I mean, from the title, you can pretty much get that. But interesting. I'm always down for more Bill Skarsgård, man. I mean, I fucking love him. Anything he's in. Like Barbarian, too, he was so good in. If you guys haven't seen that either, that's another must-watch, in my opinion. Dr. Carrot is saying I'm in the movie theater watching Saw X right now. What? With the live stream on full blast? Damn, you're just rude. You're just rude to all the other patrons in there trying to throw some popcorn at their face and watch Saw X. They're just listening to some dumbass talk about movies. I'm just kidding, man. Oh, funny stuff. Ty Lee is saying, I still need to see Infinity Pool, then I would have seen all of them, I think. There's a lot of horror movies that came out this year, dude. I'm still chugging through some of those Shudder originals. Damn, lots of them. Lots and lots and lots of them. Crazy stuff. I would recommend Infinity Pool, though. Man, would highly recommend that. That was a banger. Really liked that. That's at the pretty close to the top of my list. I don't know if it's number one anymore, but it's up there. Flying Pizza is asking, are you going to watch Thanksgiving? Yes, 100%. This is a must-watch for me. I am a big Eli Roth guy. Really love what he brings to the table with a lot of his weird movies. So I'm excited to see him coming back to horror. It's been a long time. He's been making some other, other kinds of movies. He's been working on different projects as of late. We also have a new movie from him called Borderlands, which if you never played that video game, it's pretty solid. That's what this is going to be all... So he directed that movie, and I think not Tim Roth? That's the guy from Pulp Fiction. Tim Miller, I believe, is the guy who's doing like the backup shots or something like that. But he mostly directed this Borderlands movie. I'm excited to see what he does with Thanksgiving, because this is just back to basics slasher. This is a trailer we got all the way back in like 2007 with all the Grindhouse stuff, which I think is really funny. And he's finally making it into a movie, and I'm just very excited to see it, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some gross, nasty kills. And I think it's just going to feel like a good old throwback to the 80s, with some of those weird slashers we got during that time. Maybe feel like something like a Pieces, like The Mutilator. I'm trying to think what else. Slumber Party Massacre, like that kind of vibe, where it's very 80s, but also very fun and crazy. I hope they take time to make Scream 7 to make it better than 6. I will say, as much as I love 6, it's a little sloppy. It's got a few moments here and there where I'm like, this is going to use some work. Could have written some better stuff for certain characters and all that. But yeah, I hope they take a little more time with it. Just polish it up a bit. Like Scream 7, one more pass of that script, I feel like you would have had something really, like just easily one of the best movies of the whole franchise. Now I feel like it's debatable. Perry Moberg is saying Borderlands movie has me worried, honestly. Yeah, some weird stuff going on with that one. With Eli Roth kind of just being like, whatever, and kind of giving it to the other guy. But once again, I just feel like he wants to get back to horror. And if that means the Borderlands movie suffers, well, I'm kind of okay with that if it means Thanksgiving is good. Hot take. Me being selfish, once again. I know there's a lot of Borderlands fans out there who want a good movie from this, but I just want a good Eli Roth horror movie, man. But that's me being selfish. It is. Ghostface came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, but I'm all out of bubblegum. But I got a blade and some Twizzlers. I would love to see Ghostface trying to kill somebody with a Twizzler. That's what we need for Scream 7. we need some fucking wild... We need a wild-ass John Wick with a pencil kill in Scream 7. Like, listen, say what you will about Halloween Kills, but the gun kill in that movie, which you all know what I'm talking about, that is... that to me just shocked me, because I'm like, this is so goofy and totally out of place, but it stands out big time. Like, it's one of the kills that I remembered leaving the theater. It's like, the gun kill was pretty funny. Okay, that was cool. I will say the first time I saw it, I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Come on. But I don't know. I dig it. The more I watch it, the more that whole sequence has really grown on me. I kind of want something like that in Scream 7. Just a whack, like, what just happened? What was that? Some random kill of a character too. But I don't know. I think that would be really funny. Jacob Meyer, it's like, I'm sorry, but Ghostface strangling someone with a Twizzler, come on, tell me that wouldn't be a little fun. Jacob Myers is saying, I hope Scream 7 doesn't go down the Halloween Ends route. Also, if Sydney's coming back, which is likely, Stu has to come back as well. What? But why though? Why does Stu have to come back if Sydney comes back? That's really funny, Jacob. I dig it, man. I dig it. Yeah, so with Scream 7, the thing that it can immediately avoid do not repeat some of the mistakes that Halloween Ends went down. I think the biggest thing about it was the fact that Halloween Ends had certain precedents that it needed to make, and it just didn't. It was just like, yeah, we don't care about this story anymore. They were done with the story by the time Kills ended. They wanted a tragedy, and it feels like they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. They wanted a tragedy, but they also wanted a happy ending, and they also wanted to tell the story of Christine again. For me, though, Scream 7 does not have any big oh, they have to do this. I think that's kind of what's nice about the ending to 6, because they don't have to bring back all the characters. They don't have to have everybody come back. They could just have some of the bigger people come back who want to come back. You could have the core 4 and maybe just Sidney Prescott in the next movie, and then follow a new story about a new Ghostface. I think that's the best part about it. Halloween Ends was kind of in a box at the very beginning of that movie's production. They had to do something specific with that movie, and they didn't. They just completely didn't do it. And then still marketed the movie as if they were going to do that, and that's what I think is weird about the film. It's like, if you didn't have faith in your concept, then why did you market it as a cooler movie? It's like maybe there was something immediately wrong there that you didn't look into. But for me, I think what's going to be nice about Scream 7 is that they can say, hey, we can kind of do whatever we want with this. We can have any characters we want in this movie. Hopefully not all of them, because how the fuck can you do a murder mystery with all these safe characters who are not Ghostface? It's like, oh, the one new character, Paul. I bet it's not Paul. Couldn't be Paul. God damn. But yeah, I don't know, man. We need a lot of new characters if a mystery is going to work. We can't do what 6 did again. There was just too many characters from the past that came back, and it was like, okay, this person's not Ghostface, this person's not Ghostface, this person's clearly not Ghostface. It's got to be these people. So I don't know. We need a lot of new characters if a murder mystery is going to work. Scream 6 is a testament to that. As much as I love that film, I don't think it's going to work if we don't have a bunch of new characters. If they go the murder mystery route, maybe they ditch that in Scream 7, but that would be a Halloween Ends route, in my opinion. There are some things that are expected from a Scream sequel, just like how there are things that are expected from a Halloween Ends sequel, or a Halloween sequel, I should say. You got to have Michael Myers in it. You got to have a murder mystery. You got to have a twist. Wow, that's a bunch of different things coming together. Michael Myers should be in Halloween. If Michael Myers is in Scream 7, I don't, what? What the fuck? I don't know what to tell you. Here's what I will say, though. If Rowan Campbell was in Scream 7, I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that. I think he's an excellent actor. He just wasn't working with a very good script. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of love for this gentleman. They just had that Halloween H45 convention, I think, and apparently he had a crazy long line. A lot of fans were there to see him. Very excited to meet him. So that's really cool. I hope that he has a good career, and hopefully Halloween Ends doesn't put a damper on that. Hopefully he gets some more roles in other big horror films. It's like they wanted Halloween Kills as the finale of the trilogy instead of Halloween Ends. Yeah, and that's fine. If you just wanted to do 2 movies, that's cool. But I don't know. To me, it's just strange. Just a strange situation. Chunky Jordy is saying, I don't mind Stu being back, but he's not needed for Sydney to return and end her story. Ends is good, but should have been its own thing. If Ends was titled Christine 2023, I would probably like it. I'm going to be honest. It's got some cool things going for it, but you cut all the Halloween stuff out of it. You focus on Corey or Arnie Cunningham, the same character, building and rebuilding a car. I don't know. I could get into it. That'd be cool. A modern Christine would be a lot of fun, honestly. My thing about Stu is I totally agree about this. Yeah, I'm not going to go on the Stu rant again, but I don't think he's needed for a Sydney return. He's not. I don't think he is at all. I want to see Neve Campbell come back, kind of be in a bit of the limelight again. She doesn't have to be the focus of the story, but if they want her to be, sure, I could see it. There's at least one more story to tell with Sydney, with her family. That's something they set up from 5. If they want to do that in 7, yeah, let's see it. Let's do it. We know Christopher Landon is a huge fan of Sidney Prescott and a lot of the mainstay characters, so I'm sure he's going to want to work with Sydney and Gail and all them as well. But once again, you don't need the new characters, but if you decide to just not have Jenna Ortega in your movie, or Melissa Barrera, who are both very popular right now, I just feel like that would be a weird choice. They're going to want to bring all of these characters back, and then what happens? How can you possibly do a murder mystery with all of these characters coming back? I feel like that's immediately going to be a problem with the film, and I just don't know how they're going to be able to avoid that. I think they should either just tell a story with the legacy characters, tell a story with the new characters, or just don't do anything at all. I would rather see a more simplified story than doing anything. I don't know. I just don't think it'll work. I don't think it'll work with that many people. You got to have some new characters in there. You got to be able to fool me with some of these other red herrings or something. Or otherwise it's too obvious. If you just have Paul sitting in a corner the whole time, it's Paul. Obviously it's Paul. I want to be fooled. I don't want to think it's Paul in the first act, and then he comes out of the shadows. It was me. It was the guy sitting in the corner the whole time. It's me, Paul. I knew it. VKD is saying I'm watching a haunted house spoof, and Nick Swartzen is a riot. He's funny, man. He used to have a show on Comedy Central. Obviously, he's like he's an Adam Sandler goon. He's friends with him and all that in a bunch of his movies. He's got some funny stuff, though. He's a funny guy. Very underrated comedian. Austin Daniels is saying the new Halloween trilogy felt like they had a movie and a half worth of story, but stretched it out for money purposes. Well, you said it, not me. And they did a good job because they were very successful. Yeah, you said it, not me. No comment. But yeah, Austin, I feel you. I really, like, the thing though is, like, I really enjoy both 2018 and Ends, or 2018 and Kills. I think my thing with Kills too was I went into it expecting like a much more story-driven movie, just like 2018, and we got Michael killing people. And I was like, I can't even be mad about that. They promised that in the title. Like, it's right there. They promised it, man. They promised it was going to be Michael killing people. I don't know. I can't get mad about that. It was fun for what it was. It was, it's mindless. It's just a dumb slasher. But I've seen a lot of movies like that, and I really enjoy a lot of movies like that. A lot of 80s horror is very similar to that. So it kind of felt like a throwback in a weird way. And even then, it has some social commentary, like kind of out of nowhere. It feels a little out of place, I'll admit, but it's still interesting. It's like, okay, I appreciate that. That's cool. Talking about mob mentality and all that. It's like, okay, shit. That was a really weird and emotional moment that feels out of place in this movie, but I'll take it. Fuck it. I don't know, man. Halloween Kills, I enjoy it. It's not the best Halloween movie by any means, but it's fun. It's fun for what it is. So I don't know. I feel like that one gets shit on a lot, and it's not that bad. It's cool. I like it. it's a fun, slick little Michael movie. Principal Himbry is resurrected by Billy's mother to kill all remaining survivors in Scream 7. Billy's mom was also resurrected, probably by Stu, because he's been alive this whole time. I'm so sorry. These are all jokes, by the way. Me joking about Stu coming back. It's all. I'm just being a silly little goofball. I promise. I don't know. It's one of those like, seriously, it's one of those things where I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen where we're going to bring back dead characters again for the next film. Look at how successful, it was bringing Kirby back for Scream 6. Made a lot more money. Maybe it wasn't because of that. Maybe it was. I don't know. But I can't see them not. I'm not in no way saying, oh, Stu's just not going to come back. That's not going to happen. But that's what worries me. Tell you what. I just don't think it would be a good idea. But it's possible. It is possible. I want the killer in 7 to have another Liv type kill against a main character like Mindy or something quick and shocking. Yeah, I agree. Say what you want about 5, it doesn't have any chase scenes or whatever, but it's got some really shocking, fucked up moments. Like, I genuinely thought Judy was at least going to get into the house, at least to build some tension. Oh no. They were just like, fuck you. We're doing this. I'm going to watch Scream 5 tonight. I've been thinking about that movie a lot lately. I love that movie. I really do. I think about it a lot. I think about it at least once a week. Like, some of the shocks and surprises in that movie. It was fun, man. I really enjoyed 5. I agree, though. I do want a little more of 5 in 7 than 6. Well, some elements of 5, some elements of 6. But I agree. I would want a shocking reveal like this. I do kind of want to, just the classic taking off the mask again, though. We haven't really gotten that in the last couple of movies. I mean, with Quinn, I guess, but I don't know. I want like the upsetting reveal to be just whoa, whoa, everyone freaking out because someone just took off their mask. Like, I want that feeling again, the Jill moment in Scream 4, that's what I'm really pining for that. God, what an upsetting moment too. Ugh. Victor is saying, I think bringing back Stu is way too far-fetched. I agree. Kirby wasn't far-fetched because the last shot of her in 4 didn't confirm her death. Yeah, no, agreed. But I see a lot of people utilizing this as an argument for why Stu could come back. Like, oh, it's not that far-fetched. They brought a dead character back in the last movie, so why wouldn't they bring back Stu? But you also have a point. Like, 4 was where she, quote-unquote died. 5, they confirmed she's been alive this whole time. Like, the next movie, they confirmed she was alive. With Stu, it's very, very different. There's been 5 movies where we've assumed him to be dead. I don't know about that. it's very akin to the Roman twist too. It's like, you're telling me Roman set this up from the beginning and we're just meeting this guy now? Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Roman should have been a character through 1, 2, and 3 if you wanted to set up a simple story like that, which is nowhere near simple. Robert is with us tonight as well. What's up, Robert? How's it going? I dig the profile picture. Very sick. Just a thought. What if this is a Sydney-focused movie? It opens with her on her husband getting attacked, and the core 4 characters come to her aid as side characters this time around. See, that's my thing, Robert. I feel like either have the characters in the movie as a focal point or don't have them at all. And then your side characters are new characters who you're slowly picking through to find as your Ghostface or not. I would rather just have a Sydney-focused movie with her husband, maybe Gail shows up, whatever, and then just have a bunch of new side characters. I would rather get that movie than to reduce main characters to side characters, because people will have a problem with that. Like, some people would love it because some people hate the new characters, and even if we got, 4 movies where they're just kicking ass, people would probably still hate the new characters. But for me, I don't want them to do what Star Wars did. Like, Star Wars Episode 9 was like, yeah, we give up. You guys don't like these characters and we don't know what else to do with it. And it's because they just kept looking at Twitter. They kept looking at what people were saying about the movies, and they tried to course correct every element of their scripts. And that's why they didn't work. What's nice about Scream 6 is that they built upon the beginnings of characters from previous films. And, I've made this argument before, I'll make it again. People wouldn't like Sidney Prescott as much as they do if it was just for that one movie. Like, if just Scream 1 existed, people would be like, cool, she's a good character. But people love Sidney Prescott because they've seen her in multiple movies. We've seen her in 5 movies. We've seen Gale Weathers in 6 movies. We've seen Dewey Riley in 5 movies. People love these characters for that reason. Do you think Dewey's death would have been as effective if it was in the first movie? Like, if Dewey died in the first movie, would that have been as effective? No. I would say no. Because it happened in 5, because we spent so much time with him and we got to know him, we got to love this character, befriend him. That's why it was so upsetting, And I feel the same way about Melissa Barrera's character. Like, everyone hated Sam so much after 5. And I'm like, give her some time. Give her a couple of movies. You're comparing Sidney Prescott and Sam Carpenter when they're very different characters. But then after 6, this wave of love for Sam just came out of nowhere. And it's like, what did I tell you, So for me, I would rather have either a Sydney-focused movie or a Core 4 movie. Just do it one or the other, And I'd be fine with it, seriously. I just want a simple, well-written murder mystery. I almost don't even care who the lead is because I love all the leads that you could possibly have. If it's Sydney, if it's Sam, if it's the Core 4, I'm into it. I'm totally down for it. I definitely want less safe characters. So I'm not going to lie. Maybe I'm going over to the dark side now or something, but there is a part of me that's like, well, what if we did just get a Sydney focused movie with, Patrick Dempsey and a bunch of new characters? Like, would that be better? Keeping it simple? I don't know. Either that or the core, one of the Core 4 members dies in the opening scene of Scream 7. That could work for me too. But I'm really not against this. Not at all. I just want it to be good because, once again, I don't feel like these filmmakers have a need to continue the Core 4 story. I think it would be cool if we got to see them again. They're characters I really like, and I think it would be fun. But if they don't feel that there's more story to tell with these characters, then maybe not. But I don't know. I just want to see something well done. After watching Saw X and comparing that to Spiral, especially in my mind, I'm like, this is so much better, not because they brought back legacy characters, because they told a story that aids other films. Like, I'm not going to spoil anything about Saw X, but as all of you know from seeing the trailer, Amanda Young is in the film with Jigsaw the whole time, and it explores their relationship before the twist of Saw 2, where you find out that Amanda's been an accomplice this whole time. And I am in no way against seeing Sidney Prescott, a Sidney Prescott story explored, maybe to further relationship between her and Mark. That could be cool. What else do we need to know about Mark Kincaid? What else do we need to know about her family? Why is Ghostface going after her again? I don't know. Could we write that story? Could it be good? Is there a reason for a new Ghostface to be going after Sidney Prescott? I don't know. Because that's also going to take a little bit of a convincing as well. I want to see it though. I want to see Scream 7 succeed. I want it to be good, and I hope it's not overcomplicated. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what they end up doing. But don't reduce side characters to that. That would make me sad. My girlfriend likes Spiral more than Saw X. Spiral was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's even close to Saw X in my ranking personally, but I respect it. Spiral's fun, man. I don't know. People Another movie I feel like people really hated because the twist wasn't good. But there's a lot more to love about that film, I think. I don't know. Just my opinion. Game Breakers is saying, how do you feel about the core four going back to Woodsboro for a vacation from college to go visit family and stuff and Christmas being there? Well, you know, that would be Northern California. It doesn't snow there, does it? I don't think it does. I've never been to California, as you can tell. I know it snows in like Seattle, which is like, that's not that far north. So like, does it snow in Northern California? I don't know. I'm going to say no. I think a big thing about the holiday setting for me is I want to see snow. I want to see, you know, a dark robed Ghostface or maybe a white robed Ghostface against snow, because that's just going to be that's going to be so aesthetically pleasing and make for just a fucking killer, fucking chase scene or shots or just something really memorable, you know? Like, think about some of the New York shots in Scream 6, where it's like you're just looking at all these like looming buildings and stuff during the opening scene, for instance. Like, I love that. It's fucking iconic. It makes for a completely different kind of movie because of the setting, because of the types of characters you get to follow. And I really want that from Scream 7. So I feel like going back to Woodsboro kind of immediately shoots that in the foot. You know, it's kind of like, oh, well, we're going back to a familiar setting. We're not doing something new. Or are we? You know, it's almost like throwing a bit of confusion in there when maybe you don't have to. We've done a lot of movies in Woodsboro, too. Like, I don't know if we need to go back there. But with all things, if it's motivated and I can get into it, then fuck yeah. Flash Skywalker is with us. What's up, Flash? How's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Hey, Jake. Hey, y'all. Hope everyone's day is killer. Studio is looking dope, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Flash, I'll move my gigantic noggin for a second. As you can see, little something there made it to the new set. I fucking love that, dude. Thank you so much for that killer painting. It's fucking awesome. It glows in the dark, too, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could show you. I'd have to turn off all my lights, though. Maybe when we're wrapping up the stream, I'll show you guys. It'll be really cool. But Flash, again, thank you for all the really cool stuff you've sent me over the years. I really dig it, man. And thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks for being here. What else do we got? I hope they utilize the Christmas setting if it's true. I like the Halloween setting in 6, but they could have done more with it. You know, I feel like we could have had like a scene of someone trick-or-treating or something. That could have been kind of fun. Someone trick-or-treating and then Ghostface like just fucks them up. Well, actually, we did kind of get that. Hang on. With the doctor scene, the Dr. Stone scene, that was kind of like, you're a day early, you know, like, why are you trick-or-treating already? We kind of got that. They kind of utilized that. Okay, you know, I'm gonna lay off that idea a little more. 1, 2, 3, 4 is saying Scream 7 being during Christmas would be the most interesting and great. I hope Ghostface calls Gail and says, "Merry Christmas, you're gonna die now." I love that. I also wish Dewey had gotten a call from Ghostface. Well, he got a call from Gail, and that did not work out in his favor. Too soon, maybe a little too soon. But damn, brutal. It would be cool to see another Gail and Ghostface call too in the next movie. Kind of follow up from the last film. You know, Gail got real fucked up in Scream 6, so maybe she gets a little bit of revenge in the next film. Ooh. Because that's what this franchise is all about, right? Revenge. Game Breakers is saying, Jake, rate each Scream movie in order of favorite to least favorite. You know, my ranking changes all the time. Like, genuinely, with my mood, it just changes. But I would probably go from, like, bottom to top. Fuck, I gotta write this down. I think, yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, so bottom to top, 6th place, probably Scream 3, Scream 2, Scream 5, Scream 6, Scream 4, Scream 1 is probably how I would rank them now. I really like Scream 4. Like, I put it above 6 nowadays. I'm like, I really like Scream 4. Scream 6 is still my go-to, though, with the franchise, though. I will say that. That's the one I've definitely watched the most this year, just because, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun every time. I'm never disappointed after that watch. I'm always like, oh, that was great. I can go to bed now, you know? I really love that one. But that's probably how I would rank it as of right now, which is a change from the last time I ranked it. Putting 4 above 6. Oh, you want me to include the TV series? All right, including this. Hang on. Season 2 is my favorite of the show. Probably put season 1 under that, and then season 3 at the bottom. So, ranking the show and the movies, Starting from the very bottom, season 3 of the TV show, season 1 of the TV show, season 2 of the TV show, Scream 3, Scream 2, Scream 5, Scream 6, Scream 4, Scream 1. And yes, I put all the show below the movies. They're fine. You know, it's a fun show. It's good for what it is. But it's nothing, I just don't think it compares to any of the movies. It's solid. Like, I think the season 2 twist or whatever, the whole concept of season 2 is really fun. But characters are just nowhere near as strong as any of the movies, in my opinion. Great kills, though. Great kills, too. ANFRU, Dollard Wolf 1337 mods. I dig it. What's up, man? How you doing? Saying, where's the Scream 6 deleted scenes, dude? Oh my god. Were there any deleted scenes? I want to say there's some deleted scenes on the Blu-ray, but not a whole lot of crazy shit on there, dude. It's weird. Like, I was kind of expecting more behind the scenes stuff with Scream 6. Not a whole lot of it though. Makes me kind of sad. Tell you what. If you get the Steelbook, the Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, whatever, there is some behind-the-scenes stuff on there, which is really fun to watch, I will say that, but not as much as I was expecting. They're just not doing as much behind-the-scenes stuff these days. Flash is saying, sweet, excellent, dude. Means the world to me. The painting made the cut. Of course. And my Scream rankings change all the time, too. Keep killing it, Jake. Thank you. You keep killing it, too, Flash. I couldn't agree more, though. My ranking changes all the time. I like that top 4. I just moves all the time. Like 5, 6, 4, and 1 is. Those are my favorites. I like Screams 2 and 3 as well. They've grown on me, but I'm still not crazy about them. They got some issues in my opinion, but I still love them. They're still a lot of fun. Expect XD. What's up, dog? Can't wait for the Terrifier 2 re-release. Me too. Oh. I'm so hyped. I am so hyped for it, man. I can't wait. As we know from the Terrifier 2 re-release as well, we might be seeing some new stuff from Terrifier 3. I don't think there's going to be any new footage, but I think we're going to get new people like talking about it, or Terrifier 3 is going to have this or focus on this, whatever. Some kind of update, and I'm excited for that. I'm really excited to see what they do with that. Do you think Danny Brackett's going to be the opening scene or kill? Potentially. I don't know why he lived through the last movie. I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't tell you. I think the guy's got to go. I like. Here's my other thing too. Like, Sam and Sydney are two very, very, very different characters. I don't think that. I don't think that they need to have the same outcome. With, oh, I got this great boyfriend now, and I took out all the killers. Great. Like, if they have the same outcome, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. Like, I don't think they both should have happy endings. These are two totally different characters. They should have different styles of stories and endings. If we just do the same thing that we did for Sydney in Scream 3 here for Sam, I'm going to be kind of disappointed. I'm going to be like, really? Like, we just copy and pasted that, huh? That would kind of suck. So I want to see something different for Sam, and maybe that means losing her amazing boyfriend who is so unbelievably understanding. So yeah, I could see that happening. Stefan is saying Scream 4 is underrated, ahead of its time, and the best killer reveal. I can't even argue with that. Least expected killer ever. Yes, Scream 4 fucks. I love Scream. I love it so much. It's so much fun. So good. The opening scene has really grown on me too, because of like basically what it's trying to say about like thousands horror. I really enjoy that. I'm like, okay, this is cool. A lot of that movie too is very, like, I love very punk rock feeling horror movies as well. And a lot of Scream 4 feels like Wes Craven being pissed about the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Like, you can feel a lot of that in the film, down to like the way it's edited and colored and shit, which a lot of people complain about, but I really like the coloring because of how punky it is. It's like, oh, you want to, have the Nightmare on Elm Street movie come out and look like shit, okay? You want to do that remake? You don't want my advice on it? Wes Craven's like just giving the middle finger with Scream 4, and I love it for that reason. I love what it stands for. I just love it. It's Wes Craven just kind of being a little mad with his final entry too, and I don't know. I just dig it, man. I just love everything about Scream 4. Same with Scream 6. Like, it's got that punky attitude about it too. It's like, oh, you guys were mad about Sam Carpenter being the lead in the last movie? Well, we're going to write her even better. She's going to be an even better character. Get wrecked. is a lot of the energy of that movie too. And I'm so drawn to that. I'm so drawn to that kind of energy in film. Love it. Love it. The Marvel Lord. What is up, my dude? Thanks for the $2, my friend. I appreciate you. What's up, Jake? Been watching you. You're hilarious. Keep watching outside my window, my friend. It gets real fucking weird in here when I'm not live. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the support. I'm glad I can make you laugh a little. Get you a little giggle or two in there. Appreciate you, my dude. Thanks for the $2. Thank you. Don't poop your pants, though. Scream and Scream 5 were my least favorite. What? The first one? Oh, jeez. Even part 1 was not my fave. Not for you, huh? Scream 1, not for you. Damn. 2, 3, and 6, though, you liked. Okay. I fuck with it. 2's got, like, one of the best opening scenes, just in general, just in, like, horror movie history. I love the opening scene for 2. Like, it makes my nipples wet. God damn. Oh, that opening scene is awesome. Scream 6's opening scene and the original 2 are just like, cup of teas. Very, very good stuff. But I gotta be honest, I'm not crazy about the Scream 4 opening. Not like the Scream 5 opening, I feel like is like a little overrated. It's acted really well, but like, I don't know, like execution-wise, there's no execution. No Terra death, which is a little disappointing. I'm like, I don't know if subverting my expectations with no kill was really the right move there. But I still enjoyed it. It's still fun for what it is. Can't get my drink up into the the fucking screen. I'm bouncing into my mic here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the Northeast Ohio area, I doubt any of you are. But if you are, there's this place called Strongsville Nutrition, and my God, if they got some tasty-ass drinks, go check it out. This is not sponsored or anything. I just love the fucking place. It's awesome. Yeah, and Scream 3's opening, I think, has moved to the bottom of my list, hot take. Because, like I said, I've kind of learned to appreciate the Scream 4 opening a little more, even though it is just wildly overcomplicated. I appreciate it. I appreciate it for what it's trying to say about horror and all that. I'm like, okay, I dig it a little more. But the Scream 3 opening, especially after seeing what they did in the assembly cut, is just so much better. I'm like, why did they cut this? Why did they change this at all? They make you think that Cotton is really on the phone with some random woman or whatever who's threatening him, and you're like, wait, what's going on? There's no Roger L. Jackson voice yet? Like, what is this? Like, what kind of Scream movie are we getting into here? It's just so much more mysterious. It builds the intrigue a little better than what they do in the actual Scream 3 opening. You also don't see Christine, like, ever. You don't see her until a little later. They set it up much different in the assembly cut. I just think it's way better. I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome, dude. If I were to do a super cut of Scream 3 between the assembly cut stuff and that, I would keep, like, just completely change the opening scene to what they had originally. And there's also this sequence where you have Ghostface, like, fucking with the voice recorder and all that. I don't know. The assembly cut makes the voice changer just so much cooler. And I was like, fuck that. Like, I'm not crazy about the voice changer at all. But gotta be honest, after watching the assembly cut, I'm sold on it. I'm like, okay, it's cool. I'm wrong. Fucking awesome. I love it. I love it now. I'm gonna be honest. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm much more into it. Much more into it these days because of that assembly cut. They made it cool. They made it mysterious. You know, I think with Scream 3, it's just kind of a gimmick, but with how they set it up in the opening to 3, it's like, holy shit, Ghostface is like super powered now. God damn. I just don't get that vibe from the opening of Scream 3. It's just like, really? You had a voice changer the whole time? Much more well executed in the original cut, I think. Villain Killin' Dylan is saying openings are a different story from worst to best. 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, 6. You got 3 that high? I don't know. 3 just doesn't do anything for me. It's just kind of middle of the road. But I pretty much agree with this. I feel you on that. 2's opening is just so good to me. I really like 2's. 1's is iconic, of course. Drew Barrymore, come on. And the 6 opening, no arguments there having that in first place, man. What an opening scene. That could have been just a Scream short film on its own, and I would have been so happy with it. Such a good opening scene. I've never been more hyped for a movie than seeing that opening scene. The whole theater collapsed. Like, that rarely happens. Like, I've only had that happen like a few times, at least for me, but the whole theater was like, yeah, oh my God, that was awesome, freaking the fuck out during that opening scene to 6. So I'll never forget that. Like, that was just one of the best theater moments I've ever had in my whole life. Stefan is saying, yes, I am still terrified to go to the restroom in movie theaters because of Scream 2. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Say what you, listen, say what you want about how would he be able to get the knife through the thing and know exactly where the dude's head is? I don't care. I fucking love that opening scene, man. It's so much fun. Ugh. It's brutal. It's brutal. It's got some commentary to it. It's fucking slick. One of the best openings in the whole franchise. I love it, man. Wyatt, is that your name? What's up, my dude? How's it going? Michael Myers profile picture, I dig it. Saying, hey man, I'm curious about what you think for the future for Scream. What will be after 7? A great question, really. You know, I'm not going to lie. When I heard that 7 got announced, I was really thinking, okay, you know, they're going to do, like, Radio Silence is going to do another one. We're going to call it quits after that. Maybe someone like Christopher Landon will pick it up after that. That's what I was saying before. And now Christopher Landon is on 7. So there's a part of me that thinks, what if they, you know, just keep going? Like, what if Scream 8 gets announced after Scream 7 with Christopher Landon at the helm? He does, like, 2 movies. Then we get someone else to do 2 movies. Why not? Radio Silence is currently producing a bunch of other movies that especially that were part of franchises that they were a part of in the past. Like the VHS movies that have been coming out, all produced by Radio Silence. VHS 94, VHS 99, and VHS 85 that comes out in a couple of fucking days, and I can't wait for it. Oh my God. But they've been producing all those movies. They've been a part of them. So what if Radio Silence is just slipping into this producer gig that they're kind of doing right now? Like, I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against a bunch of new Scream movies. Maybe they don't market it as the final chapter. You know, maybe they just market Scream 7 as this pocket story. Take it or leave it. It's about Sidney Prescott. Cool. Then we get Scream 8. Maybe we revisit the core 4. Maybe we don't. Maybe we do something else. I don't know. Whatever they do, though, I'm very down for it. I love Scream. I feel like this is one of the few franchises that could go on forever. And I'm down to see what else we do with it in the future. I really think they could keep making Scream films. And I don't think the quality would falter all that much, especially if you're constantly changing the people who are in charge. I wouldn't have anybody do more than 2 movies, too. I would have people do 2 movies, that's it. Don't try to set up some bigger thing. Do what Radio Silence did. They made 2 movies with characters that are the same from both movies, but you can kind of watch either or without watching the other, though. That's something that's cool about it. Like, you just need to know that there was another killer from the past movie, which I guess spoils Scream 5. So you probably need to see 5 a little bit to watch 6, but not really. You know, you can figure out, like, oh, Richie was this guy from the previous movie that killed people. Cool. That's it. That's all you need to know. So I don't know. For me, I feel like they should just keep doing, like just pocket stories like that. Do what Saw X is doing right now, man. Saw X fucking nailed it on the head with the concept. That's what I feel like these franchise continuations should do. We're all sick of requels and remakes and weird continuations that may or may not make sense. Give me just a one-off story with either familiar characters or new people, but they're dealing with a familiar foe. You know, I love what, like, Prey did this last year, and I loved it. I'm like, Prey was fucking awesome. Saw X was fucking awesome. In concept, these rarely disappoint. So I don't know. I really want to see them do more of that. Gangster Bro is saying, I really wish cosmic horror got more recognition. I couldn't agree more. People just think it's, ooh, ancient squid monster, but even H.P. Lovecraft has lost what makes it cosmic horror by explaining everything. Wow, really, damn, what a fucking statement right there. I couldn't agree more. I feel like there is a lot of cosmic or weirder horror, especially that just gets panned because people are like, I don't know if I get this. I don't know if this is for me. But a lot of that stuff is what sticks out the most to me because I love slashers, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it is just more of the same. It's a guy in a mask killing people. But every now and then you can subvert expectations and do something different with it. I think Christopher Landon has successfully done that with a lot of his movies, which is great. The Scream franchise is constantly reinventing itself, which is cool. But yeah, no, I agree. A lot of cosmic horror gets panned. A lot of people like just don't get into it. And it's some of my favorite. Like Infinity Pool is so bizarre. It's just such a surrealist, like what the fuck is happening kind of movie. But I love it for that reason. It's got so much to say while also tapping into this wildly unknown region of horror, which I love. Like Infinity Pool does the concept of clones in a way I've never seen done before, ever. Like I loved it. I love what they were able to do with that. And I want to see what else, what other kinds of horrors can come from that. That's always the type of horror movie that I'm much more into. I got to be honest. I do love me a good slasher, though. Love me a good slasher. But I love when something can come out and just scare you in a way that nothing else can. Like Skinamarink, say what you want about it. It's scary in a way that I've never seen another movie really attempt or try to do. And I'm like, damn, Gotta respect it for that reason, dude. What else do we got going on? Sequel or remake Scream Edition. 1 original, 2 sequel. What? Oh, so you're saying like the first one's the original, 2 and 3 are sequels, 4 and 5 are kind of considered remakes, 6 is a sequel then. Yeah. Yeah, I think 4 definitely is like the remake, 5 is like the requel, if we want to get real fucking technical. Yeah, no, I feel you on that, for sure. I think what's cool about 4, though, is that they could have just remade Scream, but like they make fun of what the shitty remake of Scream would have been with its new characters. I think that's why it's my favorite sequel. It's the most meta without even realizing it's the most meta. And even with that, it's still kind of in your face with some of the meta jokes. So I don't know. I think 4 is pretty fucking brilliant. I think it's the smartest sequel out of all of them. It's got a lot to say. It's got a lot going on. It's really smart. Leighton Gamer needs Scream 7 at Christmas time with Chad and Tara still dating. Same with Sam and Danny, Mindy and her friend. Does Mindy have a new friend, I'm assuming? Because, man, the last girlfriend did not make it, unfortunately. Chad, Tara, Sam, and Danny go to a cabin at Christmas. Cabin in the Woods Scream, I'm not against at all. I think that would be a lot of fun. That'd be really scary, too, if you're trapped out in the middle of nowhere. Give it like an Isolation, The Thing feeling, but with a Ghostface killer, you know? Ooh. That could be fun. Everyone's phones are gone. Maybe have a phoneless Scream, which, yeah, you wouldn't get a phone call. Sure, you're sacrificing that. But once again, we're trying new things out. We got to do that with new sequels. I don't want same old, you know? Or just do the Saw thing, which is really funny. I don't know if this is true or not, but in Saw, there's a moment where Lawrence is like, oh, this phone was only made so that it could receive calls. You can't make calls out of it. Maybe Ghostface leaves some kind of old landline in this cabin that can only receive calls, because we could write that and people would probably buy it and be like, okay, yeah, sure, that could happen. So you can still have your phone calls. You just got to get creative with it, especially when you're at different settings like this. But I'm down for it, dude. What do you think about Stu returning theories? Do you think we could see him in 7? I said this earlier. I'm just not for the Stu stuff. I love Stu. I love Matthew Lillard is amazing. Stu is my favorite Ghostface. I just don't think he should come back. Don't ruin the character, you know? Have him stay out how he is in time as that amazing Ghostface killer. You don't got to bring him back. It's not necessary. Kevin Williamson is the GOAT. Let's be honest. Love me some Kevin Williamson written horror, man. Tell you what, it's very unique. It's very much its own style of like what it's trying to do and all that. He's got a very unique and like quirky style about writing characters too. Like, especially if you watch like The Faculty or I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like he's got a very specific way about writing characters, and it's very unique in that sense. You can always tell when you're watching a Kevin Williamson movie, and I think that's it's awesome. Fucking it rocks. His writing is awesome. Totally the GOAT, my friend. He ruled 90s and thousands horror. I'll tell you what. I actually think Scream 3 is one of the best movies, mostly because of Jennifer. She's just a hilarious character. Yeah, she's funny. She's got some good stuff in that movie for sure. Maybe one of my favorite, maybe one of my favorite side characters in the whole franchise. 3 has really grown on me as like I'm very picky when it comes to campy horror. Like I feel like some campiness like really works for me, some does not. Some just completely falls flat, and I'm just like I feel like there's a difference between watching a campy horror film and watching a bunch of nonsense. Is kind of my big thing. Like there's a lot of like full moon movies where I'm like, this is just nonsense. Like this isn't good campy horror. This is just nonsensical. You're just you're just mashing action figures. And there is parts of Scream 3 where it teeters on that a little bit, but there is a lot of campiness to it that's fun and enjoyable. But I'm just not as crazy about that kind of camp, which I feel like some of the other sequels master. But Scream 3, I don't know. It's just not as... I'm rolling my eyes more times than I'm laughing, I guess is my point. VKD is saying you're feeling lost in time. You got no words to rhyme. No more charms, no more spells to protect you. That's a song, right? I know that's a song. Man, I'm so bad with song lyrics. I never catch that stuff. Sadly, gotta go here in Sydney, Australia. Thanks, Jake, and everyone in the chat. All good, Wayne. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate you. Thank you. Scream at the Overlook Hotel makes Sam go crazy and attack her fan. Scream at the Overlook Hotel. That would be fucking crazy, man. I just watched this movie called Bad Things, and it is like, it's exactly what Halloween Ends is to me. Just like how that movie kind of like I personally feel like Halloween Ends is too close to Christine. This movie called Bad Things is literally just The Shining with different types of characters, and I'm like, really? Like, what? Like, what's going on? They have like the same exact kind of scares as The Shining too. Like, you have like creepy people at the end of a hallway, like working out, and it's literally the girls. It's the girls from The Shining. What's going on? I'm seeing a lot of horror that's ripping off other horror recently, and I'm not crazy about the trend. I got to be honest. There's nothing wrong with paying homage, but if your concept is like a 1-for-1 to something else, especially a popular horror movie like Christine or The Shining, I can't get into that. You got to give me some kind of originality. Like, if I wanted to watch The Shining, I'll watch The Shining. I won't watch Bad Things. If I wanted to watch Christine, I'm not going to watch Halloween Ends. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But Scream at the Overlook Hotel, something similar to that, like a empty hotel with a ghost face. I can get into that. There's no ghosts. There's a ghost face, but that's different from ghosts. It's a different movie that way. You can have a horror movie set at an abandoned hotel. You just don't have, as long as there's no ghost involved, it's not The Shining. There you go. I can get into that shit. Game Breakers is saying, can you try rating all the killers now? Sorry for making you write all this down. No, I fucking love it, my friend. Let's run it. Rate all the killers. God damn, there's a lot of them too. So once again, my opinion on this changes a lot. Like, I remember when I first rated the killers, I want to say this was like right after Scream 6 came out. I put Jason like very much so towards the bottom. And I think a lot of that was because I was like, oh, well, he only gets like one scene. Like, he's purposefully shitty. This will be funny if I put him at the bottom of my ranking. But honestly, nowadays, I put him way up there. Like, I put Jason much higher up there because of his reveal. Like, it's like, that's shocking. What the fuck? It's one of the most shocking reveals, I think, of the whole franchise. Hot take. Give me a minute on that. Give me a minute on that. Got to talk to Stefan here for a minute. Stefan, thank you for the $10, my friend. I really appreciate you. Saying, thanks, Jake. This was great. My first horror YouTube live chat. No way, dude. Awesome. Love seeing all of us horror nerds come together and speak our minds. Isn't it great? It's fantastic, man. I love it, Stefan. It's the best job in the world. I'm the luckiest guy here. I love it. Thank you so much for supporting. Thanks for the support, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. It just means the world. Thank you so much. Saying, thanks for creating this space. Keep it up. Thank you, Stefan. I really appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for speaking your mind about your Scream thoughts, your horror thoughts in general. I love it, man. So thank you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully we can see you back on another one in the future. I won't be live tomorrow, but I will be live, I think, Thursday during the day a little more. Like, I'm going to do an early stream on Thursday because you boys seeing The Exorcist that day. Shit, we got a lot of horror movies coming out on Friday, let me tell you. But Stefan, thank you so much for the $10 again. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Really means a lot. Thank you, thank you. Back to rating these killers, though. Okay, so how many are there now? Fucking way too many. I'm just gonna start writing them down because I'm like, I don't even know. Oh man, I wonder how my Terrifier video's doing. Did anyone watch that? Anyone watch that Terrifier? Listen, we're at the part of the fucking stream where Jake's just gonna start bullshitting. I'm just gonna be honest. How'd that Terrifier video do? It's not doing bad. Check it out though. I talked about Terrifier 3, a fun little update if you guys are interested. Something fun about the re-release in November. Gonna get a little tease at Terrifier 3. So if that's something you're interested in, go check out that video. I just posted it. Okay, so ranking these killers. I already know who's at the top. Come on. We got a winner here already. This is a hot take. Okay, I'm just gonna start from the top and go to the bottom. We're gonna make it a little more interesting and different. Stu's my number one. Love my boy. He's my boy. Got to put Stu up there. I'm putting Jill at number 2. Hot take. Jill has moved up a lot. The more I watch Scream 4, the more I'm like, this reveal fucks, man. This is one of my favorite moments in the whole franchise. I love it, dog. So that's up there for me. I think Billy maybe under that because Billy's awesome. Got to have Billy way up there. Super creepy, maybe one of the scariest ghost faces in my opinion. Just because of, his performance in that third act is chilling. Really gross some of the shit he says to Sydney too. Who's next though? Oh man, this is tough. I want to be so chaotic right now and put Jason up there from Scream 6. Like, how fucking chaotic would that be? How like upset would people get? I'm gonna put Mickey at number 4. Hot take. Love Mickey. I think he's the most underrated ghost face, and they should have done more with him. Love Mickey. Timothy Olyphant is so good as him too. Love him to death. Oh, God. Do I really just fuck some shit up here and put Jason there? Yeah, Jason. Jason from the opening of Scream 6, number 5. Shocking reveal. Got to give it to him. Love him. Okay, number 6, though. Damn, who else do we got? I'm just going to write down everyone else. We got Roman. We got Mrs. Loomis. We got Charlie Walker. Ho ho! Love me some Charlie. Charlie's grown on me a lot too. Someone made a really good point about Charlie recently, saying that he got a lot of the kills in Scream 4, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of why I like Amber so much. Oh, Amber. Shit, I forgot about Amber. Amber's my number 6. Yeah, she's awesome. Amber is fucking sick. Okay, so Richie we got as well. Richie, I like Richie because I love Jack Quaid, but his reveal's kind of disappointing to me, so I gotta admit. Actually, you know what? Nah, putting Richie under Amber. I'm really thinking about this one, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. Y'all are getting my brain, my noodle cooking. Love Richie. I think he's a great killer. Okay, so we got Dermot. I'm just gonna write Dermot because I think that name's funny. We got Quinn. We got Ethan. Okay, I think that's everybody. Because I'm not counting Greg. Listen, Greg in the fridge, I'm not counting him. I'm sorry. I'm not counting Greg in the fridge, dog. Not doing it. Sorry to that. So, okay, what else? Let's wrap this up because we're getting a little long-winded here. But fuck, with the remaining people, let's say I'm gonna put Detective Bailey up there pretty high. Underrated, not the best, but underrated. I like his motive. Honestly, I really do. I think a little better than Mrs. Loomis, hot take. Okay, Dermot's up there. Okay, fuck it. Roman's gonna go up there because he's got some cool shit going on in the third act. I like him. 10th spot, I'm giving it to Mrs. Loomis because she's fine. She makes me laugh. You know what? That's what Mrs. Loomis does. She makes me laugh, and I can say that about her. I can't say that about Quinn or Ethan. Gotta be honest. Okay, so then we're gonna put Charlie under Mrs. Loomis. Because Charlie's just, he's a simp, okay? He just wants some of that Jill ass, and that's his whole motive. That's it. That is literally Charlie in a nutshell. I'm going to put Quinn below him, and I'm going to put Ethan in dead last. I'm sorry, Ethan, but all you were was a good kill. Okay, bam, that's my list. From bottom to top, 13th, Ethan, 12, Quinn, 11, Charlie, 10, Mrs. Loomis, 9, Roman, 8, Detective Bailey, 7, Richie, 6, Amber, 5, Jason, hot take, 4, Mickey, 3, Billy, 2, Jill, 1, Stu. Love it. Oh, love it. So there you go. Just interrupted my stream to do that. I don't even care. That was so much fun. Wyatt throwing a buck out there. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Saying number 1. He was number 1. I dig it, dude. Thank you. I just keep calling you Wyatt. I don't know if that's your name or not, but I'm guessing here big time. Wyatt G. GG. Wyatt Good Games. What's up, dog? Saying, was curious, where do you think the Conjuring universe will go after the success of The Nun 2? Well, The Nun 2 did make a bunch of money, as I recall. Also, if you stayed for the post-credit scene, this isn't really a spoiler. They announced this movie already, like, earlier into the year. There's a little setup for The Conjuring 4. Ooh, kind of cool. So I believe since Conjuring 4 is already announced, that's probably going to be the next movie. That might be it too for The Conjuring. I think they're going to wrap it up there. There's not too many other big Ed and Lorraine Warren stories too. There's like one more big one that they can hit on. At least from what I remember from the video I made like a long time ago. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably going to be it for the Conjuring universe. Just wrap it up with that 10th film. Technically 10. Curse of La Llorona apparently isn't a Conjuring movie. I don't know about that. But yeah, I'm putting that up there. I'm saying it is. As much as I don't like it. It's a Conjuring movie. It's got characters from The Conjuring. Come on. So yeah, they're going to do Conjuring 4. That's probably going to be it, in my opinion. That's probably what they're going to do. I don't know how I feel about that. Got to be honest. Wasn't super impressed with the most recent entries from that franchise. But I'd be a liar if I said I didn't have a good time with with Annabelle Comes Home, which is like, it's the dumbest movie. It's like, it's nothing like, oh my God, I'm blown away by this. It's just so fun. Like, it is such a fun movie. I'm like, I kind of don't hate it. It's fun. The worst thing a movie can be is boring. Like, genuinely, the worst thing a movie can be is boring. Listen, I might shit on Mrs. Loomis all day, but she is not by any means a boring character, and I'll give you that. I have my criticisms. I have my dislikes for how over the top the character is, but she is absolutely not boring. And that is a strong positive in her favor. So I don't know. For me, yeah, as long as it's not boring, I'm into it. Like, I still really like Screams 2 and 3. I have some negatives about them that I'm not crazy about with them, but I still really enjoy them because they're fun movies, man. So I don't know. For me, it's like, as long as something's fun, even if it's written poorly, as long as you're having a good time doing it, I'm kind of into it. Don't you take Nancy Loomis's name in vain. Oh my God. She's a goofball. You know, she's a goofy lady. Oh my God. I mean, it matches the tone of that movie. I will say, if there's anything I applaud about the Scream 2 killers, it's that Mickey is the driving force of the social commentary of that film, which I love, which is like one of the strongest elements to 2. But the overall tone is much more goofy and a little more ridiculous than its predecessor. And Mrs. Loomis totally embodies that. So, like, if you look at the killers in terms of that, it works. It makes sense. But for me, I don't know. I'm so much more invested in what they're trying to say about sequels, what they're trying to say about horror movies, how that affects people. And I don't know. I think the Mickey motive is my all-time favorite from the whole franchise. Like, it is so scary. It feels so real and fucked up. It's like, God damn, Mickey. You're a cold-hearted son of a bitch, dude. Jesus. So, I don't know. Mickey's a sick fuck, in my opinion. I love him. I think he's great. So underrated. Have I seen Green Room? Yes. I bought an A24 set and it's included. Yeah, I really like Green Room. A simple but fun story. Fun? I don't know about that. It's really dark and messed up, but I really have a fun time watching it. I really like Green Room. Green Room's solid. It's not my favorite A24, but in terms of like just getting a story across and doing it in a simple manner, Green Room does that really well, man. I think that it's got a lot to say without getting it in your, like, too much in your face. Like, obviously there's the punk song that, you know, the kids sing, which I'm not going to utter here. YouTube would have me down in like 2 fucking seconds if I started singing that song. No, but I love it. I think it's a really tight script. It's a really fun movie. It's not like a 10 out of 10 to me, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it. A24 horror, man, it's weird. Like, sometimes you'll get a movie like that where it's not really trying to say that much, but it gets roped into the, you know, oh, social commentary, elevated horror, my farts don't stink horror movies. And I don't know, Green Room doesn't really feel that way to me. Just feels like a really good, like, 70s horror flick where, sure, a little bit of commentary in the background, but it's still a horror film up front and center, you know? I've seen a few A24 horror movies where I'm like, this is just like all you're trying to do here is say something, and that's a problem. I think you're allowed to use social commentary as a tool to make your characters a little more relatable or like something that the audience can latch to. Cool. Do that. Have a message with your movie, but don't have your whole movie be getting up on a soapbox and screaming some political thing at me or whatever. You know, like, even if it's something I agree with, it's still jarring to me. Cause like the point of if I'm going into something thinking it's a horror movie, I want to be scared at some point. I want to feel fear. And if your movie can't successfully do that, but convey a message, maybe you should have made a drama. You know, that's my big thing about it. I don't think A24 does that too much, but I have seen 1 or 2 movies where I'm like, what? I don't know about that one. Men, for instance, was like just very preachy. Had some really good visuals though. Gotta be honest. Men has some great, like, the ending visual of that movie is worth the ticket price. At least it was for me. I really loved that. But yeah, Green Room fucks, man. It's awesome. You haven't seen it, Ty? God damn it. I thought you'd seen it. My bad. I'll stop talking about it. Cool, thanks. I bought it to upgrade X and The Witch on Blu-ray. Very nice. Green Room, Hereditary, and It Comes at Night. Ooh, all good movies, in my opinion. It Comes at Night is divisive, though. Ooh, I don't even know if I like it or not, but I appreciate it for being so ambitious. But watch, Ty Lee, watch Green Room, watch It Comes at Night. Tell me what you think about those. Those are 2... Well, Green Room's, I love it. I think it's fun, but It Comes at Night. Ooh, divisive movie, man. It makes a very interesting choice throughout its runtime that once again, very ambitious. I don't know if it was the right choice or not, but it has me, I think about it a lot. I think about that movie a lot. Really interesting movie. I won't say any more than that. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, Ty. No more spoilers. No spoilers for movies. God. Put on the Ghostface robe? Is that what you said? I got it on the set now. I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Babadook, but like I love that sequence in The Babadook where she goes to the police station and then the fucking guy's coat is like on the rack. Ugh. I love that. I wanted to do that with my set, so I'm like, oh, I should have the Ghostface robe back here. That'd be really cool. I'll put on the robe. If enough people want me to do it, I'll do it. You know what? I got the Scream 6 mask too. Maybe that's how I'll end the stream. I'll just come on with the fucking robe. I'm going to go for 2 hours tonight. So I got 10 more minutes if y'all want to bitch at Jake about something. Go on. Tell me how stupid my face looks. Because I know it looks dumb. God damn, you could hit this forehead from a mile away with a dart. Jeez. Might as well just have a big old target. God damn. I got a big old forehead. 1, 2, 3, 4 is saying, I guarantee that Sydney, Sam, Tara, and Gail will all survive Scream 7. They are not killing these characters. Not sure about the rest of them. That's tough to say. I don't know. I feel like one of the sisters should die. I really do. I feel like that would be really emotional. I also don't know what other kind of story we can tell with Sam and Tara, so like, why not kill one of them? That's my horror movie brain just not being able to turn off though. But also, like, it's horror. You know, a lot of Scream, I think, is a little too happy. You know, a little too like, oh, everything's great, so a thumbs up at the ending and happy music and all this. I want to see it get a little, like, I love that Screams 4, 5, and 6 got a little darker. You know, it's like, oh yeah, we're not forgetting to be a slasher movie. You know, we're not forgetting that. Here's some brutal, fucked up kills and emotional deaths. I want that from Scream 7, man. I really want that. I want to see what they were able to do and play around in that sandbox, hopefully. So I don't want Sydney to die because I think that would suck, but Sam and Tara, I think one of them should go. Even though I like both the characters, I like them, but I want emotional kills, man. Brian Phillips is saying, seeing Exorcist Believer this Thursday night in IMAX, can't wait. Oh, I'm seeing it on Thursday night too, man. Can't wait. Also saw X opening night, and it was without a doubt one of the best in the franchise. Brian, I got to be honest with you, dude. I saw X. I loved it. I thought it was fucking awesome. I think in my review, I jumped the gun a little bit too soon and was like, oh, this is the best Saw film. I don't know if it's the best. I rewatched the original again, like the same night I saw it, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I don't know if Saw X was better than that, but I still love it. It's like an easy top 3, an easy top 3 from the whole franchise. Kicks ass, shows you this emotional side to John Kramer. It's so well done, so well written. Loved it. I couldn't agree, man. It's so good. So good. Ugh, couldn't agree more. But I'm excited for The Exorcist Believer, man. You know, we've been scared about this movie ever since, like, it kind of got announced. Which, there's been rumblings about, like, a new kind of thing here and there about The Exorcist. This has been going on since, like, 2020. Like, I made a video all the way back then saying that Morgan Creek was interested in doing some kind of new Exorcist thing or whatever. And I remember even back then, people were like, what? No, don't do that. That's crazy. I'm really excited to see what this ends up being. You know, I'm hearing mostly negative things about it, but I want it to be good, man. Like, the original Exorcist is one of my favorites. Like, it's so fucking scary. It's so well done. I want this to be good. I really do. I don't have a lot of faith, but there's some promising moments in the trailer, man. The one scene where the one girl's like, I don't want to go to hell or whatever. That's fucked up, dude. Like, there's some fucked up moments in that trailer, and I hope the whole movie's like that, but I fear it's not. But you never know. You never know until you see it. So I'm going to see it. They got my butt in a chair. So we'll see what ends up happening. Holy shit, Scott Royston, thanks for the $20, man. Oh my God, I really appreciate you, Scott. Thank you. Appreciate you so much for the big support like that. Saying, I always enjoy hearing your takes on films. Very humorous. Thank you. Looking forward to what Chris Landon has for us. All his films so far have been good. I agree. And your face is not ugly. Love your face. Love your humor. Love you, brah. Hugs, buddy. Thank you so much, Scott. I love you too. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. I appreciate you for being here, dude. I appreciate it so much because as horror fans, we all have wildly different takes on things, wildly different experiences with movies. And I love being able to talk about that. You know, I may shit on Halloween Ends and sometimes, you know, Mrs. Loomis, Scream 2, Scream 3, whatever. But I really do love all these movies, and I love that other people love them. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't feel that way. Sometimes I feel like there's people out there who don't like... Who I feel like there's some people out there who do this in particular just to get their opinion out there. That's like, listen, I'm going to state my opinion, but sometimes I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong about The Exorcist Believer. I really do. I want Scream 7 to be the absolute best it can possibly be. And if that means it's something that completely goes against the shit that I want for Scream 7, then so be it. I want everything. I want everyone to be just fucking losing their minds over new horror movies. That's what I want more than anything out of this channel, Scott. And I feel like you understand that. that. So thank you, my friend. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate the support. And I appreciate you hanging out and just having a good time, being a big old goofball with us tonight. So thank you, Scott. Thank you for the support. And thanks for talking Scream with me, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the big support like that. That means a whole lot. I do have a big nose, though. I have a gigantic nose. But I appreciate the comments, Scott. Thank you. Means a whole lot. Made my day, honestly. Ethan the Goat is saying, if 7 is the final story of the Woodsboro story, what would you want to see for 8? I would like a completely different spin-off story. What do you want to see from 8 and on? I'm with you. You know, I really like what they're doing with the Saw franchise by doing like pocket stories. I'm sorry I keep talking about Saw. Like Saw X, it has not left my brain since I saw it, but I really like what they're doing with Saw. You know, they're trying new things out, and you know, for some people, Spiral didn't necessarily work. I enjoyed it. It was fun for what it was. But Saw X is like this pocket story where you don't really need to see any of the other films, but they enhance the other movies too. If they can find a way to do that with Scream, moving past 7, like let's finish the legacy character story and all that and just kind of move on to something else for Scream 8. I agree. I want a spinoff with brand new characters getting attacked by a new ghostface killer. Let's explore that world, you know. Let's try out new characters. Let's try out new stories. There's only so many people that there's only so many people that want to go after Sidney Prescott, you know? And we could still address that Sidney and Sam are alive in this universe somewhere, maybe after the events of 7, but just have it be a brand new Ghostface killer going after other people. The best part about Scream 6 is that it opened up the world of Scream. Like, there are people out there who will go Ghostface who aren't even in Woodsboro, who aren't, you know, who don't have some kind of personal stake in it. They just want to go Ghostface maybe just to kill people, or because they love the Stab franchise. This is a worldwide thing now. Scream 6 kicked open that door, and now we can truly go on forever because of that film. And I want to see that explored, you know? That to me is one of the most fascinating elements to that last movie. So I want to see that touched upon in something moving forward, but I do believe 7 has a bit of an agenda with bringing back bringing back Sidney Prescott into Scream, and maybe telling a story with the legacy character, with all the legacy characters, including the core 4. But I don't know. I don't know what it ends up doing, but I'm excited for it. I can't wait, and I hope this franchise goes on forever because it can. And you can't say that about too many franchises. Like Saw doesn't have too many more movies, I don't think. I don't think there's going to be too many more of those. I hope there are. You know, I hope with how good X was, I hope there's like 10 more Saw movies, but who knows if they'll all be good. I really think you can keep doing Scream forever, and I just want to see it. So let's see what ends up happening. But Ethan, I love you, man. Thanks for the killer comment. Can't wait to see what Scream does moving forward. Alex19881 saying, Jake, while I like your content, I disagree with you about Stu Macher. That's all good. That's why we're here, buddy. Saying, if he is dead, why did the last 2 Scream movies give clues that he is alive? So what clues are you talking about? Because for me, with Scream 6, they pretty definitively said, yeah, we're shooting down all those rumors. And for me, the big, like 3 big things that come to mind with Scream 6. They showed us, in the like the police precinct or whatever, a shot of Stu Macher's face, dead 1996. For me, it's like, yeah, okay, that's confirmation that he died. Cool. They did that, which is something that many fans have pointed out is a reason why he would still be alive. So they did that in Scream 6 to show you he's dead. In the Scream 6 script, when Ethan gets the head smash or whatever with the TV, it literally says, with the same TV that killed Stu Macher, she pushes that onto Ethan's head, killing him. So I don't know. To me, it's like they made it very clear that Stu was dead. The Mindy conversation with Kirby too, which is a total jab at that as well. Where doesn't Kirby say something to the degree of like, oh, maybe it's Stu Macher, and she's like, if you believe he's dead or not, you know, or whatever. To me, that's a jolt to the ribs, as they say. I've seen some people interpret that as, oh, well, maybe people in this universe believe he's still alive. I don't know. I feel like that's a stretch. I feel like what they're trying to say with that is the opposite. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does come back in 7. Because Alex, I think that's your name. I'm so sorry. I see ALX and I think Alex. If that's not your name, I apologize. But I feel like because Radio Silence is still going to be the producers on this next film, they have made their stance on how they feel about the Stu stuff. I just don't think it's going to happen. But here's what I will say. It's absolutely possible, because even though it's a little illogical in my opinion, and like it probably won't happen in 7, the producers are probably looking at this and being like, okay, but if we brought Matthew Lillard back, it would make a lot of money no matter what it was. It could be a nothing story. If Matthew Lillard shows up, some people are going to love it. I totally get that. And that's why I'm not ruling it out as a possibility. It's not ruled out at all. Like, it could happen. I don't want it to happen. That's just my personal stake in it. But talking from a non-biased standpoint, it could. It totally could. Everyone who has a theory about it, I see so many people who say like, man, they got to stop talking about Stu, but I get it. I get why the conversation continues and rages on. It's because of this. It's because people want to see the character back so much. It's their favorite, most people's favorite Ghostface. Not everybody's, but for majority, I would say yes, Stu is their favorite because he gives an electric performance in that first movie. I get it. Like, he's my favorite too. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm in no way saying it's not going to happen. I just feel like there's enough support to say otherwise. Personally, once again, just my opinion. If you want him to come back, though, keep fucking rage on, my friend. Throw your theories out there. Pitch him out to the world and say Stu is alive, and this is why. One of my best YouTube buddies does that. Craven Something Scary. He wants Stu to come back more than anything, and I respect his opinion. I may disagree, but that's okay. You know, movie talk, it's all good. It's all good in the hood, my dudes. We can talk about what we want to talk about and pitch the theories we want to pitch. That's what makes this all fun, you know? There's very different things we want to see happen with our beloved franchises, and I think that's what's great about it. That's what's awesome. Hollywood Guys throwing $5 out there saying, Jake, did you happen to see Craven's stream about Christopher Landon being a Stu Truther fan? You see it happening. Oh, shit. I saw his live stream with Christopher Landon. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. I don't remember him talking about this or not, though. Maybe I missed that. But I do remember Christopher Landon saying that he always has a hand in a lot of the films that he works in creatively with the script and all that. So for me, I'm like, shit. Damn, we might see Christopher Landon write a Scream movie, which would be very exciting. I would love for him to be a writer on one of these movies. I love what he did with like Happy Death Day and Freaky too, man. So I wouldn't be against that. I don't know if he would be the guy to bring back Stu or not, though. I see a lot of people speculating that. But his movies, while they do kind of have some kind of, you know, gimmick or fun element to them, like Happy Death Day or Freaky, which are basically just Scream movies with some kind of supernatural element, essentially, at their core, I don't think he'll be the one to bring back Stu. But I don't know. I mean, it's almost inevitable because of how much people talk about it. You know, it's almost like this is going to happen at one point. Who knows when and where? But I think that they should do the new Nightmare style Scream, honestly, at some point. Just do a one-off Scream movie where it's new Nightmare style. It takes place with the real characters and all that. You could have everybody from the first movie back who would be willing to come back. Rose McGowan probably would not, but everybody else would. And just have them in a movie where they're all like maybe killing each other, and then, you know, you have different people as killers. You could have Matthew Lillard back the whole time. Maybe he's a main character now. You know, maybe he's not the killer. That could be fun. That could be a really fun way to do it. But I got to check this out. I got to have Craven Something Scary on the page again. I miss talking to that guy. He's just so positive. I love him. Love him so much. So I got to see what this is all about. Hollywood Guy, I will do some research and I'll phone you back. Thanks for the $5, my friend. I appreciate you. All right, gonna end the stream. So for Wyatt here, I'm gonna put on the robe, and I also got a Scream. I got a new Scream 6 mask I want to don too. So let's don it. And Olaf, I see your super chat. I'm not gonna forget about you, buddy. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, this thing is sweaty as heck too. I love it. I'm just in sweatpants too, rocking the sweats today, vibing out, getting some editing done. I love it. Here you go, just for you. Oh God, I'm lost. I'm lost in the robe. Oh God. Oh geez, Rick. Okay, there we go. What's up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing out there? This thing is like way sweatier than you would ever imagine too. I think that's the funniest thing about it. Did I put this on backwards? Oh God, I think I put it on backwards. No, I didn't. Okay. When we were filming Red Right Hand, this was the hardest part. This was the most difficult part, was putting this all on correctly too, might I add. There we go. I think I put this on wrong. Something about this feels off. I don't know, but there we go. Welcome to this is what cult meetings look like. Typically, I just come out like this. I'm like, hey, what's up, everybody? Got this black creepy robe on and the hood of doom, as they say. But there you go. Just for you. I'm not gonna pull out the mask because I just remembered I put it away somewhere and it is not in reach. But just for you, my friend, there you go. Donned the robe again. Olaf the Snowman is throwing $5 out there too. Thank you so much, Olaf. I really appreciate you. Saying, Jake, what's good, my guy? Olaf, I'm vibing, man. I'm hot as fuck in this crazy robe and 100 lights on me, but it's all good. I'm having a blast, man. Having a blast. Unfortunately, I am signing off, and I will be live again, most likely on Thursday during the day, before I get to go see The Exorcist Believer. Ooh, you guys will see a review of that. Can you tell I put this thing on? Look at this. Look at this flappy hand right here. So yes, we'll be live again. I like the hashtag Stu Lives. There you go. Keep believing. Don't stop believing, as a great band once said. I love you, Olaf, though. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. We'll be live again on Thursday, like I said, not Wednesday, because that's tomorrow, and your boy's gonna be busy. But let's talk then, and we'll talk a little bit about The Exorcist on Friday. So make sure to join that stream. It's gonna be fun. So love hanging out with you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. See y'all on Thursday. Peace out.